And the Okanagan Sun will be receiving to start the game. I'm Stephen Kepler. With me is Jason Casey. It's the home opener, Okanagan Sun against the Langley Rams here at the Apple Bowl in Kelowna. It's 35 degrees and it's hot. This is your pregame brought to you by Stober Group, and I am excited. This is Christmas Day when it comes to football.
100%, and here's what we wanted to see as well. When we were talking about the young Philippek starting as a 17-year-old, well, now we're going to see him right off the hop. We're going to see the Okanagan Sun offense start this game, start this season, see what happens for the beginning of the 24 campaign, and let's see what this kid can do with his first set of series.
I tell you, that's the exciting part. That's the guy that we didn't think would be starting, but now he is. And that's what training camp is for these guys to come out of nowhere and to prove to everyone else that they deserve to be where they are. I expect that the opening series we're going to see El Elyon Noah get the ball. But we'll wait and see. Now, the Langley Rams, they did win the toss and defer to the second half. As a coach, Jason, that's what you always like to do, right?
99 times out of 100, and that is what you're doing, unless you're in like deep in the season and something else very much matters in the makeup of going into the playoffs or something, or if it's weather factor. You play in sometimes, you try and set the timing of trying to get maybe the wind at your back, either in a second quarter or a fourth quarter, but 9 times out of 10, you want to take defer and then see what happens after this after halftime in case you need to make adjustments.
Now, we've already had our kind of first short mess up of the year. Looks like the Okanagan Sun and the Langley Rams were lined up on the wrong side of the football.
And they both did. It's not like one team was like, hey, man, you're wrong. They both just assumed, oh, this is right.
Good start to the season.
Exactly.
Both teams, hey.
Here it is.
Offsetting.
First game of the year.
Okanagan Sun looking to receive. We've got Marcus Jones kicking this one for the Langley Rams. Back to receive.
Looks like Faulkner and Thorpe back there for the Sun.
Faulkner and Thorpe back to receive. And the kick is up, and it's deep down to the right side. He takes it up. He's at the 20, at the 25. He's got a little bit of room before he's stuffed at the 29-yard line. It'll be first down, Okanagan Sun, as Philippek goes to work for and it's deep down to the right side. He takes it up. He's at the 20, at the 25. He's got a little bit of room before he's stuffed at the 29-yard line.
It wasn't a super high kick, so it really
and it's
didn't
deep
allow
down to the right
the
side.
Blocking and the coverage team to get down there too quick. He just went straight up, north-south, get that ball in there. Starting on their own 30-yard line, not a bad place to be in your opening series.
And this is your first series for Valley Motorsports. And you can feel the energy here at the Apple Bowl. It's very exciting. A lot of fans coming in for the home opener this week. It's been a while since we've had football. Philippek standing tall.
It's a big kid.
He is a big kid.
You wouldn't think he was a 17-year-old at all.
Looking at him right now.
Yeah.
We've got Noah in the backfield in the I formation. 5 receivers. Langley showing a 4-3. Handoff to Noah. He goes right up the middle. He gets 2 yards before he's stuffed. Second down, Sun. So it looks like it's already going to be a battle of the lines, but Noah looked like he didn't want to go down there.
No, and this is something we've seen from the Okanagan Sun before, right? They run in
handoff to Noah. He goes right up the middle.
Side, so
he gets 2 yards
wide.
before he's stuffed.
You bring that number 3
second
across.
down, Sun.
Mellison coming across as a fullback. But you see, the Rams stacked that. They had a blitz coming. They had their front 7 stacked that. They were going to stop the run. If I'm the Rams defensive coordinator, I'm going to make this 17-year-old beat me. I'm going to take Noah out of the playbook game and just shut him down. And that's exactly what the Rams did.
Mm-hmm. Second down and 10. Philippek drops back to pass. He looks right. He throws left into the flats to Noah. Noah gets a few yards. He gets a completion, and it looks like he's got the first down, Okanagan Sun.
Great play call. You know that the Rams are going to drop out into coverage because 2nd and 10, 2nd and long, they're going to play a zone. So they're dropping out there, playing their zone. You got the linebackers going super deep. They're not reading the screen, so they're not paying attention to the O-line. And Noah's so good at making that first guy miss. Goes out into the flats, sells the pass pro excellent, comes in, hard step to get that linebacker to step outside, cuts up inside, follows 2 of his hogs upfield, gets the first down.
Sun going right to left on their own 42 now, 1st and 10. Philippek drops back, he throws it left, and it's caught! Almost at a first down, but caught by Jackson Lynn. And last year, that kid, he may be one of the shorter guys on the field, but he can climb the ladder, can't he?
Absolutely. And I like this play call that we're seeing by the Sun as well. So you've got quads to the right, so the wide side of the field. You've got 4 receivers. You got Noah on the weak side, play action pass across from weak to strong, and then just a quick slant. He's going to read that blitzing linebacker and see where Lynn comes off. He was in front of that corner, take that, and he's easily should have been a first down. He's got like less than half a yard. 2nd
and short for the Okanagan Sun, 2nd and inches rather. Noah in the eye. He's going to throw it out to the flats. Jackson Lynn gets it, but he's caught in the backfield. That'll make it 3rd down with almost a loss of yards there as well.
Yeah, and that's a great open field tackle. That's Cullen, number 0, their linebacker. this is their defensive leader for the Rams. So it's a great open field tackle. He sees this. He's playing that Sam wide linebacker. He sees that swing pass, comes out of his coverage knowing that's his man, attacks the outside shoulder of Lynn. Great open field tackle right there. That's a great play call, but great defensive play as well.
He read that play like your favorite Suzanne Collins novel. Let me tell you what. All right, third down, and Grady Hay is back to punt. So the Sun getting to their own 50 at least. Grady Hay. It's a bit of a botch punt. He still has room to kick. He boots it deep to the right side. They're going to grab it at the 21.
No yards.
No yards.
Oh, I don't think they threw the flag. I thought they did.
But he doesn't get any yards on the play, and that'll be first down for the Langley Rams.
Yeah, it's tough. You got to get that ball back there on your punt team, your specials. That's going to kill you. You got to get that back to your kicker, allow him to get it down there. Still a good net return. Can't complain. He showed poise back there, Hay, and still booted that ball downfield with only one guy showing pressure. If they were bringing heat, it probably would have been a block, or at least would have tackled him in the backfield, but not a bad transition and field position switch for the Okanagan Sun here.
Langley Rams first down, brought to you by Global Broadband.
Oh, they did call the no yards, yep.
Look at that. So they get to start on the 25
I'd be amazed if they
now.
didn't, because the refs are usually very quick to call that, and sometimes they shouldn't, but this was legit. That's a good penalty against the Sun.
Sangha in at QB. Jovin Sangha. He's going to hand it off right up the middle. He has room to run before he drops down, and that's almost 6 yards by Reggie Eli. And for Reggie's family at home, it's either Reggie Eli or Reggie Ellie, but I think it's Eli.
Yeah, so just typical, right? So we've got three receivers with the backfield, Elia in the backfield, just straight up off tackle to the weak side, just big on big. You got your big old lineman. They've actually got a tight end, the Rams here on the weak side. Big fullback number 45 was their tight end on that, and just been big on big. And Eli's a big running back as well, so as soon as you make that first guy, yeah, you can't have that. So that's a free play for the Rams. Now you got, instead of second and probably 4 to maybe 5, now you've got first and 5. You accept that penalty all day long, yeah.
First and 5 for the Rams now, going left to right. They're at the 31, on their own 31. Sangha in a QB.
And they're coming out with that tight end set again to the weak side.
Oh, and it's a high snap. Sangha runs back to get on it. And he manages to get his mitts on it, but with the major loss of about 15 yards. Those are the high snaps you don't want. That's unfortunate.
No, you don't. But it's a similar setup of what the Sun like to do in their offense. So the Rams here are running a 3-2, so 3 receivers to the wide side, 2 to the weak side. But their number 2 receiver is a tight end down, and he pulls. We often see that coming across from the Okanagan Sun as a strong side slot back. This is a weak side tight end that was pulling. So they were going to run a trap or a counter against the Okanagan Sun, and then this bad snap just sets this the Rams deep in the shadow of their own goalpost.
And that's going to make it 2nd and 27 here.
Screen or quick hitter to
We
the
got
flash.
Bruce Jones in the backfield. Sangha gives it to Jones. Jones runs it right up the gut, gets a few yards on the play, but that'll make it 3rd down on their own 14.
Yeah, and that's just accepting defeat on a play like that. You know, 2nd in a country mile, deep in your own end, give it to your running back, knowing that you've got a good quality O-line. Get us something to allow your punter to be out of his own end zone. That's really what they were trying to do, is just give their punter more room to kick the ball. I don't know if they're actually going to kick it. Do you concede the safety right off the hop, go down 2-0, and not allow Faulkner and the Okanagan Sun to get themselves in good position?
We'll see, because Marcus Jones
it's not
is
a bad
back
call.
there. It isn't. He is going to kick it.
Well, kudos.
The Sun are going to field this almost at their own at the 50. Takes it around back. Sheds one tackler, spins, and he's down at the 50. Good run by Faulkner, though.
Yeah, good return. Again, those are the kind of kicks that you don't want to see as a returner because there's no hang time. It doesn't allow you to get your blocks to set up and to get under it well. It took a good bounce for Faulkner. Not a bad kick all in all because it didn't come off the foot cleanly. But this is also Murin's number 11. That's actually good coverage. He didn't make the tackle, but he made Faulkner run east-west instead of north-south and forced him to the outside where all his teammates were. And this is respectable field position for the Rams to put the Sun in.
9:36 left in the first quarter. Sun going right to left. They're now in Rams territory in the Rams 50. Noah with Philippek in the backfield. Philippek gives it to Noah. Noah runs right up the gut. He has nowhere to go before he's swallowed whole by that defensive line. Second down and a loss almost. I think he brought it right to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and again, we're seeing the Rams key on Noah. And again, this is coming off the edge. So whether they're calling a blitz or they're just they've got their linebacker, Ethan Gino coming off the edge. Now, whether he's told to key on Noah, if you see Noah attack the line of scrimmage, you blitz, and it's a free play, or it was a called blitz. But that's 3 times I've seen him come off that edge now, seeking out Noah in the backfield.
And their defensive line is doing a great job wreaking havoc. Second down and 11. Philippek looks to pass. He rolls out right. He's under pressure, and that's nowhere to be found. Third down, so that's an incomplete pass. Philippek's going to want that one back.
Yeah, he did have Burden out there kind of blocking. I don't know if it was supposed to be a designed sprint out, and that's why Burden stays on. So we see Burden come in from the number 4 receiver, and he's staying in there picking up the linebacker. So that's what Philippek saw. But it was a design block for that number 4 receiver, right? You got your other 3 strong sides. So ideally, based on what we're looking here in the film, that that containment DN coming around cut off Philippek and didn't allow him to do his rollout, which it looked like. Great defense. Tried to just put it out into space and hopefully a receiver make a play. But this has been back-to-back great defenses by the Rams.
Yeah, incredible defense from the Rams. And you are a defensive-minded coach. You know that outside containment is super important for defensive ends. Grady Hay back to punt. Boots it deep.
Kick.
Returned by Ryan Gosen. Gosen looks, he jukes left, he jukes right. He's taken down, so they're pinned deep in their own zone now.
Beauty coverage, or beauty kick. So that's a perfect snap. I don't know if that was just jitters previously. So obviously we know the Okanagan Sun can get the ball to their punter, collects himself, boots that down in between the sidelines and the numbers, which doesn't give the returner much room to work with. Mm-hmm. Great coverage coming down, and now they're inside their own 15-yard line.
Who was the gunner on that play? Was that?
I couldn't see the number.
The gunner was Mateo Pelias.
Beauty. He did a great job knowing he's got the sidelines to his left. He came head up, forcing that returner to try and make a move. Did a stutter step, didn't bite on it. This has been really good field position for the Sun. Even though they're not moving the ball well on offense, their special teams are allowing them to make plays.
Yes, they are. Sanga in at quarterback. He's got Jones with him. Sanga, another high snap, this one going directly to Jones. Jones at least gets it, but there is a flag on the play. I'm thinking it's on the Okanagan Sun.
It could be. I think the Okanagan Sun are trying to disrupt the Rams coming off. I couldn't see. I wasn't looking at the top side, so the wide side of the field. I don't know if a receiver.
It looked like either a receiver was offside. I can't see. Oh,
yep.
So the Rams catch a break here with another 1st and 5.
So based on that, it didn't look like anybody jumped. I think the Sun were lined up in the neutral zone. That's what gave them that offside, and which is too bad because this is twice that we've seen that defensive offside, and it puts the Rams in great position knowing that on that first down, they had a bad snap again. This should have been 2nd and long for the Okanagan Sun instead of 1st and 5. So they've got to get the mental game tuned back in, knowing that they can get in the offensive's head for the Rams.
1st and 5, Sanga gives it to Jones. Jones runs right up the gut. He's got room to go. He breaks a few tackles before 5 brown jerseys get on him. Second down, but short for the Langley Rams.
Yeah, so what we're seeing in the 2 different run games here for the Okanagan Sun as opposed to the Rams, the Sun are having a tough time controlling the line of scrimmage and getting their stud Noah to the 2nd level, whereas the Rams when they get a clean snap and a clean transition, they're allowing their running back to get to the second level. Like, he's not getting touched until 3-4 yards downfield, which means you're getting past the D-line and you're making the linebackers and halfbacks have to make a play. So that's the differences right now in the run game for either team.
Sanga and Jones. 5 receivers set. Second down. Sanga looks to pass. He's throwing it deep to the right side. Incomplete, but it looks like pass interference on the Okanagan Sun there. That one intended for Isaiah Edwards.
And I think that might have been Fensky in coverage there. I don't know. On first look, I think that's just two guys battling for a lame duck pass. But let's just, yeah. It's because he had a hand on his hip and like on his belly and stomach, and it was looking back at the ball. But because that receiver fell, that's why they're calling it. It might surprise you, Kepler. I don't agree with the refs. I know it's early in the season, and I'm usually not combative with the referees, but yeah, I don't like that call.
Welcome to Okanagan Sun football. I'm Stephen Kepler. With me is Jason Casey, Coach Casey, I should say, and Coach Casey's never really had a relationship with the refs, who are trying to just keep the peace at this game. So it's 1st and 10 for the Rams. Rams going left to right on their own 40. Single back set with Bruce. They're going to give it to Bruce. He's running right up the middle. He's got all the room to run before he's taken down after getting a first down.
I think that was Reggie Ellie again.
Yep, that was Reggie Eli, yeah.
Coming out, and again, this is it. So we're going to see, so those listening at home just on the radio, the Rams are doing a great job controlling that line of scrimmage. Eli's getting downfield. That was probably 8-9 yards downfield before he even got a sniff of an Okanagan Sun jersey on him. This is great north-south running by the Rams, and this is where the Sun need to stop making mistakes, because when you get the Rams in 2nd and long, this is when you're controlling the pace. But when you've got them first down, 1st and short, 2nd and short, this is allowing them to run their plays.
First down Rams. Sanga drops back to throw, rolls out left. He throws that incomplete. 2nd down. That one intended for Jalen York, I think. I'm apologizing because some of the players' numbers are just a little too far for myself and Jason, and that was actually Natol Tedesz.
So yeah, so that's, I like the play call. I like the execution of it. It's just Sanga let him a little too far out. When you're rolling out like that and you've got it deep out by your receiver, you want to put it in a spot where it can't be picked, and that's low and away. That means he led his receiver right to the right spot. It was probably 1.5 yards too far from his receiver to make a play.
2nd down and 10. A low snap. Sanga gets it at least. Throws it out to the flats. It's caught before he's taken down for a 2-yard gain. That should make it 3rd down. However, there is a flag on the play.
And that was a good open field tackle by Ferreira. Good coverage coming out of his break, seeing that receiver break in front of him, knowing that he's got the real estate behind him. This was 2nd and long. He can come up and make a play. Ferreira did a great open field tackle and made that for no gain.
Let's hear what the refs say. 5:44 left in the first quarter. 0-0.
It's going to be against the Rams, so they're probably going to decline it. Are they replaying?
Yeah,
second down?
I saw Travis Miller just hold up 3 fingers for 3rd down.
Decline it, and it should be 3rd and 10.
The refs discussing.
Yeah.
3rd down.
Coach Miller knows what he's doing. Refs.
I just want to say thanks for tuning in on AM 1150 BCFC TV as well, and TELUS TV. We just want to say thank you. Now, it looks like a timeout has been called, so we're going to take a 30-second timeout on AM 1150. It's Okanagan Sun football at the Apple Bowl, 0-0, 5:44 left in the first quarter.
That's Thorpe back there.
All right, Rams punting. They're going to punt it deep down in Okanagan Sun territory. He's going to field it at the 25. There's already a flag on the play before he's hooked down at the 30, and we'll see what that call was, what that penalty was.
Not a bad boot, about a 35-yard kick in the air. Not bad to pin the Sun back inside their own 30, but I think it might be holding against the Sun. I'm not seeing any other indication, but I'm wondering if on their block when they were setting it up to that weak side, I wonder if we're going to get a hold. Yeah, he was kind of outside shoulders there. I think that's probably what the refs are calling.
That's what I see as well, Jason Casey, and I'd just like to say,
thanks, Cap.
If he is correct, then he's at least agreeing with the referees this evening, and I think that's a great start to the season for both squads.
Well, that's the one and only time this season, I guess. I blew it early.
So that's going to be a 10-yard penalty on the Okanagan Sun, pinning them inside their own 20. It'll be 1st and 10.
I'd like to see the Sun go back to those quick hitters on the passing. If you know the Rams are going to respect Noah, even though you haven't set up the run, make them show that and do play-action pass with Noah. Why not?
I think
play-action pass with Noah and then tell him to leak out into the flats. Filipek drops back, makes his reads, and then he can always use Noah as a release valve if he needs to, because that will catch the linebackers being hesitant into their zone coverage. If they're going to respect the run first, then throw over their heads.
And we have that wily veteran in Sam Mellinson, right? But they're going to give it to Noah. He runs right up the gut again. He gets almost 5-6 yards before the refs blow it dead. 2nd down, Okanagan Sun.
Yeah, it'll be about 2nd and probably 7. I don't think he got much there once they converged on him. But again, yeah, kudos to the Rams front 7. They are keying them. But I think the Sun need to start playing mind games with the Ram front 7 and go, okay, we know how good Noah is. You guys are obviously worried about him. We're going to use him as a decoy because, like I said, I love the idea of a play-action pass to like a weak or strong side off tackle, and then Noah leaks out into the flats. He'll be open all day long.
2nd and 6. Drops back to pass. That's caught on the inside. 1st down, Okanagan Sun before he's clipped and flown right in the air. Mellinson with his first grab of the 2024 campaign.
And as you said, the wily veteran in there. Nice little quick slant as well. He's in front of his coverage. Quick hitter for Filipek. Finds him right in the numbers. Beautiful spot. Great open field tackle, but that's a great position. Move those chains. Awesome execution by the Okanagan Sun.
Like Coach Jay Christensen says, that's a happy play that works. 1st and 10 for the Okanagan Sun, going right to left on their own 34. Noah staying in the backfield. Filipek fakes it to Noah. It's a screen pass off the left side. He's got room to run. He gets about 9 yards on the play, and a good run by.
That's a 1st down. I thought maybe he might have stepped out of bounds because I saw the other line judge, but the deep judge has given him a 1st down. That was 11 yards. Beautiful tiptoeing down the sidelines. Looked like Michael O'Shea tiptoeing down the sidelines.
I was just going to say, he looks like a new Michael O'Shea on this team. Now, on the program, it says number 80, Dilison, but there's a lot of new guys. We're trying our best to keep you as updated as we can. 3:33 left in the 1st quarter. 0-0. Sun getting to the 45 after being pinned deep. 2 first downs, so they're putting together a drive. Filipek staying in at quarterback. They're in a pro set now. Filipek gives it. It's a quick handoff up the right side to Tristan Peddle, getting his first grab of the game. And they get a couple of yards on the play.
And Peddle's just like Noah. He can change directions so quick. So coming off, so he's got the lead blocker coming up. He makes that cut super quick on the inside containment, gets something out of nothing on that. 2nd and about 6 or 7 is a lot better than 2nd and 10 or 11. So good on him and planting that upfield foot and cutting up there. But yeah, I noticed something. Oh, that's their stud number, Cullen, number 0, their linebacker. And I also saw that we haven't seen Gino out there, number 13, their defensive end / will linebacker as much. So
yeah, that's bad news for the Rams. Sean Cullen, just an absolutely terror, like a terror in the backfield for the Langley Rams. He's absolutely tremendous.
Smart, quick, and a great hitter. Yeah,
a good football player. So you hate to see guys going off, but I imagine he'll be back in a couple of plays or so. It looks like he just tweaked something on his back. He's favoring his back on the sidelines here. The trainer's working with him. As we come back to the game, it's 2nd and 6 for the Okanagan Sun. Filipek in. and actually Peddle in the backfield now, so they're giving Noah a bit of a break. Peddle in the backfield with Philippek. Philippek looks to throw. He throws it on the right side. It's caught. There's a flag on the play, but a catch by Marcus Burden.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to call the Sun holding or if there was some shenanigans after the fact, because what we're seeing, the Rams run a 3-4. Traditionally, what you're seeing in a front seven is a 4-3, so 4 D linemen, so you got 2 D tackles, 2 D ends. What the Rams like to run is a 3-4, so you got a nose tackle, 2 D ends, and you got 4 linebackers in behind.
And we'll see.
So this will be against the Sun.
All right, so they declined the penalty. The Rams declined the penalty on the Sun, so that'll bring out the punt team. So again, this is a real game of field position. I mean, the Sun gained back the field position they had lost in that last drive, but they're still only at their own 53.
And we're seeing a typical first game of the season between two teams that haven't faced each other in 2 seasons. So we're seeing mental mistakes. We're seeing inconsistency on the offense. The best thing that's happening for both sides is the defense, which is typical early in the season because defenses can find their footing a lot quicker than offenses. This is not abnormal what we're seeing. Obviously, someone's going to start making some plays.
Grady Hay back to punt. Gosen back to return this one. It's kind of punted short. Gosen going to grab this before it goes out of bounds at the 27-yard line. So that's first down for the Rams as their offense gets back out on the field. 2:20 left in the first quarter. 0-0 here at the Apple Bowl. It's a tightly contested game, and I imagine it will be for the rest of the evening. Again, both great teams.
Well, that's just it. It's going to be who's going to make a mistake on defense first, or what offense is going to start making adjustments and finding what they need to do against the opposition's defense. That's going to be the key for me. Both offenses are struggling with certain execution standpoints. The Rams are struggling with their snaps, therefore the beginning and setup and the execution of their plays when they're having issues. And for the Okanagan Sun, it's just a little bit of timing right now. I think that's just off.
Sangha with Bruce in the backfield. Sangha looks to pass, drops back. He's throwing it right down to the flats. He's caught in the backfield with a loss of yards. Second down, Okanagan Sun. Terrell Jones just couldn't go anywhere with that one.
No, and that's Statham had a good disciplined linebacker coverage on there. So you're going to see Jones coming across on that. Right there, though, that defensive end coming off the edge, you got to light that guy up. You got to light him up. He's coming across. You don't know if he's blocking and if there's going to be a counter or a quarterback run. You put Jones on his backside all day long when he's coming across there.
Yeah.
That said, he did leak out, and the linebacker coverage picked him up. He knew his assignments. He was right there. Now you got second and long.
Jones just looked a little unsure of himself on that play, rightfully so. I'd be scared around that big defensive end, too. I mean, I couldn't do it. And we've got a flag on the play already before the snap. Again, it's second and long. So a penalty on the Rams, another 5-yard penalty, so that'll push them back even further, almost to their own 15. So not a good series for the Rams right now.
Nope. I like what the Sun are doing on their defense. You got George Yobo, number 40, the defensive end that was coming off on that. He's putting pressure correctly, starting to get in there. When the Rams aren't running north-south big on big, the Okanagan Sun are able to get into their zone responsibilities in their lanes and make plays. Right now we're going to see the same thing. So this is their heavy set. They got that tight end to the weak side, which is one of their fullbacks, and that's exactly what we're seeing big on big.
Second and 20. Bruce has room to run. They give it away, but he gets almost 15 yards on the play. It'll still be third down, but a huge gain from Jones.
Yeah, so the other Jones, so this is what we're seeing. We're seeing a 3-and-2 set, 3 receivers to the wide side. The 2 receivers, that number 2 inside is a tight end. I think it's one of their fullbacks, number 45, Hansen, coming up there. And just big on big, you got now 6 guys coming downhill against the Okanagan Sun front 7. So you got a crash down with 2 pulls. So you've got the fullback pulling around, and then you got the backside guard coming around to seal off that linebacker. And then Jones just knows, get to that second level and spill off that pulling O-lineman.
Krish Prasad there with the pull-out block with the offensive line as well, just wreaking havoc as he was running through. Rams punted away. It's a short punt. Fielded at the 50. He's going to get a couple of yards before being taken down, and that was Colby Thorpe with the return.
Yeah, I'd like to see when these balls are starting to come down so quick, there's no hang time. It's pretty much a line drive. I'd like to see the Okanagan Sun return game start setting up some wide side wall returns. They've got lots of time to set it up because your blockers can get downfield quicker than the coverage. Thorpe should just start hauling butt out to the wide side, make a guy miss, and if you can get one cutback lane, a 5-yard return turns into a 15-20, if not pay dirt.
All right, we're going to take a 30-second timeout on AM 1150. It's the end of the first quarter. 0-0 at the Apple Bowl. Sun versus the Rams. We'll be back in 30. And we're back. It's the beginning of the second quarter here. 0-0 at the Apple Bowl. It's starting to cool off a little bit this evening at, 34 degrees now, but it's a warm evening right here in Kelowna. That's your first quarter, brought to you by Safeway. Again, it's been highly contested defensively, and I love a good defensive battle. Don't you, Coach Jason Casey?
I absolutely do, but I also see the appreciation of your offense getting things going, right? So I can appreciate the either side wanting to get some yardage behind.
Philippek gives it to Noah in the flats. Noah has room to run. He makes 2 to 3 guys miss, and it's a gain of 23 yards for Elyon Noah, breaking free and showing everyone what he's made of.
And we make it seem like it's easy. Just get Noah into open field and he'll make everybody miss. And this is what we're talking about. Use him out in the backfield. He doesn't need to be a north-south runner. He can easily run over you and put you on your backside, but he can also get into open field, show his hands, or show how quality his hands are, and then get upfield and make guys miss. He's a jitterbug out there. It's great to see him finally get this big play that we all know he can do.
And it was just a quick little pass out to the flats from Philippek, but a really smart play. Philippek looks to Noah, but he's going to throw it deep down the left side, and that's incomplete, nearly picked off by Taryn Birdie.
So
well defended.
So those at home listening aren't going to get to see what I'm explaining here, but this is like 99.9% similar to the PI called against the Sun. These are two guys, a defensive back and receiver, battling for position for a ball, both looking back. I think it's the exact same thing. They didn't call it here, which they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have called it against the Sun in the first quarter as well. 2nd
and 10 now for the Okanagan Sun, going left to right. They're on the Rams 35, putting something together. Noah in the backfield with Philippek. Philippek gives to Noah. Noah runs off the tackle. He makes a guy miss. He makes 2 guys miss. He gets a first down and then some. That's a 14-yard gain for Elyon Noah.
And this is a great delay right here, what we're seeing. So we're seeing the opposite of what you do, a play-action pass. Use the running back as a decoy and then getting to pass. We're getting Philippek really selling that they were going to pass the ball here. He takes it. Noah delays behind him. And almost like a counter step, he fakes to the flats, kind of looks with his shoulder and his eyes. That forces the linebackers to bail. Then you do a quick handoff, and this was a great run and execution. You got the seal coming out the weak side. The defensive line, the nose guard couldn't get outside. Noah's just too quick.
1st and 10, they give it to Noah again. Noah runs right up the gut before he's swallowed whole by Samuel Okenlawan.
So this is what the Sun want to see. The Rams don't want to see this momentum gaining with Noah because it's going to set up everything else that the Sun want to do in their offensive playbook. Establishing Noah as a threat to pound the ball inside and outside the tackle box, then all of a sudden you get the rollouts, the play action pass, the kind of counter steps. You're going to get the slot backs on a 5, 7, 10-yard dig. You're going to get the deep and medium routes, and you're going to get those posts coming over the middle.
Sun in the pro set. It's 2nd and 6 now. They're going to give it to Melanson. Oh, sorry, that was actually Tristan Peddle. That's my bad. And Peddle gets a couple of yards on the play before it's 3rd down. And the Okanagan Sun are going to send out their kicking team. So Liam Atwood probably going to get his first points of the season here.
Yeah, and on this read, I think when Philippik gets back to the sidelines and talks with Coach Wolf and Coach Gambo, the quarterback and OC respectively for the Sun, they're going to say, hey, if you see that exact same thing, pull it and you take it. Because the Rams crashed hard down the inside and had containment on the weak side, but not the strong side. So if Philippik pulled that, he would have had a great running lane coming out the strong side.
And the kick is up, and it is wide right. The Rams are going to take it out of the end zone. He's got room. He's at the 5, the 10, the 15, the 20. He runs inside. He makes 2 to 3 guys miss before he's down at the 40. Now there's a flag on the play, but what a great run from Ryan Gozin.
Beautiful run by Gozin. Did a little stutter step. Wasn't sure if he was going to return it because this was 1 yard from the back of the end zone. Atwood's got a leg. We know, if not, I thought it was going to be a rouge if it was going to be missed, right? But this is good stutter step coming up, kind of sets up some blocks, and then just uses the sidelines. That's a beautiful return.
So no points on the board. 11:45 left in the half. It's 0-0.
And there was a flag. I didn't see if it was against the Sun or not. The Rams
are pointing towards the Sun here, so I'm imagining. We'll see. But an incredible run from Gozin. He's got legs.
Excellent
and
run.
He's pumping his arms. Strong guy.
Yeah, he's a smooth runner coming up like that. And as a DB, you know he's got hands that can see the field well. So kudos to him on a big return.
Now the refs are discussing this. We're going to take a 30-second timeout on AM 1150. It's Okanagan Sun football 0-0 at the Apple Bowl in Kelowna. So it's 0-0 from the Apple Bowl. The Rams are going to take this one on their own 19. There was a couple of penalties on the play, one against the Okanagan Sun, but also one against the Langley Rams, and it looks like the one against the Rams counted for about 10 yards here. It was on Cullen.
It looked like, I think it might have been a sideline infraction, so I don't know if he was too close. He was impeding the referee or the return. I think that's what they called him on. But this is good. You stop the Sun from scoring, and you still get good field position.
Rams in the pro set. They're going to give it off to Reggie Eli. Eli gets about 3 yards on the play. That's second down.
Yeah, and the Sun had Boltzma coming off the edge here. He had him dead to rights. He should have made this tackle. Came in there. Good spin by Eli coming off. That's exactly what you want. You see that brown jersey do a hard spin, come up when you know that's where the Hogs are, going north-south. So great job on Eli making something out of nothing, because it easily could have been a loss of 1 or 2.
Second down and 8. Rams staying in the pro set. Sanga staying in at QB. Drops back to pass. He looks left. It's caught. He's got room to run. He gets 10, 20, 30, 40 yards on the play before he goes out of bounds. There is a flag in the backfield. We'll see what happens, but what a play from Bruce Jones.
The backfield is usually going to be holding, but I'm also not convinced that the Okanagan Sun didn't get roughing the passer.
Well, let's see the replay here. We got a roughing the passer on that, I think. So
that's more than 2 steps. That's unnecessary. They know better than that. Jeez.
Sometimes you just guys want to get their pops on the
quarterback.
quarterback.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That was Ramirez, D lineman number 9.
So that's a huge first down for the Langley Rams, and an unnecessary penalty from the Okanagan Sun. But the Rams move into Okanagan Sun territory now.
Not only unnecessary, but highly stupid. If I'm the DC or the D-line coach for the Okanagan Sun, that's a boot up your backside right there. That is really a stupid. It wasn't like you were a step and a half and still finished. He was 3 steps away. Like, come on.
Throwing the football.
You're hurting your team.
Roughing the passer. Never going to be tolerated in football. It's 20. They're on the Sun 24 now. Sanga in at QB in the pro set. That's 2 running backs. Now the refs just blew the whistle. I think players are confused, but I think the refs were blowing the whistle to turn the clock back on. Yeah, here we go. They're going to give it to, they give it to Reggie Eli. Eli's got room to run. I think he gets close to a first down on the play.
Yeah, and here's just kind of opposite of what has been the Rams' MO so far in the first kind of quarter and a half, 5 minutes here is they've been doing a lot of big on big, going north-south. This is just kind of zone blocking to the strong side, to the right side, and allowing Eli just to sniff out that open block. So you got a decoy going out to the outside if he can get to it. So Bruce Jones was out there trying to seal the edge. Eli sees a cutback lane and does it and was able to get good yardage.
So 2nd and 3. Gives it to Eli. Eli runs it right up the gut. And he gets some room. He's just bulldozing this team almost at the goal line. If you want to talk about running with force, that is a run.
And this is great on Eli. This is what we talk about Noah making guys miss. Eli's doing the same thing. He's like, hey, don't forget about me. What's going on here?
Now we have an Okanagan Sun player down. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout on AM 1150. It's Okanagan Sun football on AM 1150. 9:26 left in the half. It's still 0-0, but the Rams encroaching on Sun territory and almost in scoring position. All right, it's 0-0. 0-0 in the Apple Bowl. 9 minutes left in the first half. The Langley Rams taking on the Okanagan Sun. That was Hunter Boltzma who went off injured. Hopefully he's all right. Now we've got Sanga back in a QB in the pro set. It's 1st and goal for the Rams, going right to left. They're going to give that one. They're going to run it right up the gut, and the Suns stuff it. 2nd down. Bruce Jones, though, running with purpose.
Yeah, so they got a good counter move there. They didn't really sell it too much. I think the quarterback and other running back there needed to sell that. Jones did a good job stepping in front. I think they got to sell it more. Don't just look in the backfield on that. So when you're coming across, you got to sell that more. But good job in the front 7 for the Okanagan Sun to hold their ground on this.
So 2nd and goal now. They've got 4 yards to go. That's a long 4 yards.
Yeah, so Jones had it, and Sack was the other running back there. I think Sack has to sell it more to try and spread out that linebacking core for the Sun, and it's just not happening.
Rams in the pro set. Again, 2nd down. Oh, a high snap again. That one given to Eli. And he's stuffed. So the Okanagan Sun.
I think it was Sack this time. So the same set. So you got your shotgun with your split formation. So you still got Jones to the wide side, which is left. Sack to the weak side. Exact same play, just opposite running backs in opposite direction, but the bad snap again is hurting the Rams with their execution.
And you're right, that was Jaden Sack.
And they are going for it because they're bringing in that big number 45 who's been doing their tight end.
Maximus
Hansen.
Maximus.
That's
his
just
name
a
is
big guy's
Maximus
name.
Hansen.
That's a big guy's name. I love it.
Maximus. That's a proper name for a football player, and he is a big kid. He's in the backfield next to Sanga. You almost got to wonder if they're going to pull a screenplay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you just want to go big on big or you try and catch them. Yeah.
A quick timeout was called, so we're going to take a timeout on AM 1150. It's 0-0. The Rams trying to score here on 2nd down. We're live from the Apple Bowl on AM 1150. 7 minutes and 23 seconds left in the half. It has been a very defensive game at 0-0. Now Langley trying to punch this one in on second down. They've got Reggie Eli in the backfield with Sanga.
And then Maximus Hansen is the tight end to the weak side, to the right side here.
So they got an extra tight end on the right side. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it to Eli with an off tackle there. And they're going to run it right up the gut with Eli. Eli, does he get it in? Let's see what the refs say.
Beautiful stand by the
and
Sun.
And it stood. The Okanagan Sun with a goal line stand. This is a defensive game.
And Coach Beatty's going nuts, the defensive coordinator for the Okanagan Sun. He saw it right away. He knew his boys were up to the challenge, and he was running out on the field, giving them kudos as soon as he saw that they stuffed that third goal.
Nothing fires up a defense more than a goal line stand. I can tell you that right now. They are juiced on the Okanagan Sun sideline here. So it'll be 1st and 10. Now the Okanagan Sun are pinned. Now we got to see what these guys, what the heroes like Noah and Philippek can do.
Absolutely, but I'm looking more at what the Rams defense do. Do you pin your ears back and try and cause a safety or a fumble in the backfield? This is what I'm thinking. If I'm the Rams, I'm going to be hungry to go after the Okanagan Sun on this play.
I mean, if I'm the Rams, I bring the heat every time. Engage 8. Let's go. But we'll see what we'll see what the Rams do if they sit back and wait. Motion. Philippek gives it to Noah. Noah runs right up the gut. He makes a few guys miss. He makes another miss. He's not going down before he gets a first down.
Beautiful run by Noah. He's such a powerful guy. The first guys that hit 1 or 2, you think it's going to knock him 5 yards backfield, and it just allows him to pick a different lane.
It's almost like he's made of iron. Like,
true,
what does
we
he
were
have?
saying that last year.
What does he have for breakfast?
And he's so good. We made this point last year as well. His eyes and shoulders are always going downfield. Always. Every time he gets hit, he's still like, I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going, and his feet follow.
And it's like he resets every time he gets hit. 6.5 minutes left in the half. 0-0. Noah in the backfield with Philippek. Philippek looks to pass. He looks left, he looks right. He gives it to Mellison right up the middle. Mellison doesn't go down before 4 jerseys touch him. Just shy of the just shy.
I think they might have got it. I think they're giving him the knees just coming forward beyond it.
Yeah, ref 91 here is calling it a first down.
And this is good, right? You set your stud running back, he gets 12, 15 yards. Then you get your veteran receiver over the middle in between the zone coverage. He sits down in the zone coverage, gives a target for your young quarterback, moves the chains again. Oh, they're going to measure.
It looks like they're bringing out the chain gang to measure this one.
I thought it was a first down.
6 minutes left in the quarter. We'll see if they call it a first down or not. I think he's just shy. So
are we placing bets?
I have no money, Jason. And it looks like,
hey,
if I were a betting man, I would have bet wrong. And it's a first down, Okanagan Sun. Again, a great pair of plays from Mellison and Noah, and really good points from Philippek.
Absolutely. You started on your own 2-yard line, and these are 2 quick plays to get you out of your own red zone. This is fantastic. So this is the momentum that the Sun want to see with their young quarterback and their offense in general. Put the Rams defense on their heels, force them to have to adjust to you on the fly, which is exactly what we saw in these 2 plays. And now you still got lots of clock to move the ball down the field.
Plenty of time left in the half. After that goal line stand, the Okanagan Sun have gained about 25 yards. Philippek gives it to Noah. Noah gets stopped in the backfield. He's wrapped up and down, second down and long now.
So that's Cooper, the defensive line, number 10, coming hard off the end. So when you're in a 3-4 like this, you've got both the linebacker and DN coming in, and they were both keying on Noah. What I'd like to see on that is a quick play action pass. Noah chops one of them to allow Philippek to get outside containment, and either he's told you run for the first down marker or you dump it for a receiver downfield.
And Cooper read that play quite well. He just snuck right in there.
And that's why I'm thinking they're
play.
keying too hard on it, so take advantage of if you're the Okanagan Sun.
Second down and long now for the Sun. Philippek is going to throw. He's looking deep. He's going to run it right up the middle. He's going to make a couple guys miss. He gets the first down, and he slides. Smart play.
Smart. Don't take the licks. That's what receivers and running backs are for. They take the hits. Quarterbacks aren't supposed to. If you can't get to the sidelines, you slide at that first down marker. That is a beautiful textbook run by a quarterback right there.
Yeah, a great run by Philippek. Again, this kid is 17 years old, but he's playing like he's 21. Unbelievable poise.
Yes. I think we got a Rams player down again. I don't know if it's going to be fatigue going on here.
We're going to take another
cramps.
We're going to take another 30-second timeout. It's still 0-0, 4:37 left in the half at the Apple Bowl right here. It's Okanagan Sun football on AM 1150. Yeah, and you hate to see it when guys are injured in games. I don't like seeing it, but this is when it's this hot and it's like this.
Almost,
it's hard.
And based on what the trainer's doing down there, it looks almost like he's got like calf cramps and whatnot. That's looks like Luca Brown, one of their big D linemen. That's often what you see as you start seeing the game come on. You've been sweating, not taking in enough fluids, and you start getting some cramps.
And when you've got a long drive like this for the Okanagan Sun, it's tough on both teams.
Yes.
So it's 0-0 with 4:37 left in the first half. It's a very hot night here at the Apple Bowl. We've had a few guys injured, and not necessarily injured, but maybe with cramps, with tiredness, with fatigue.
First game of the season, right? Your body's getting acclimatized. Yes, you've been practicing for the previous 2 or 3 weeks. You had an exhibition game likely, but this is different. This is the season.
Yep.
This is when you're locking horns with the opposition. This is a big deal for the body.
Philippek drops back. He looks to throw. That's incomplete. Well defended from the Langley Rams, but intended for Sam Mellinson.
Yeah, they have disciplined zone coverage. So when the Rams are dropping into their zone coverage, they do a good job, the linebackers and halfback, passing receivers. And Philippek's trying to see around his O-lineman and kind of sidearms it to Mellinson, but that forces the ball to the outside of Mellinson as he sits down into the zone coverage, and it puts the ball closer to the linebacker as opposed to Mellinson.
All right, 2nd and 10. Sun on their own 32-yard line now, 31-yard line now, going left to right with 4 minutes left in the half. It's going to be a quick screen pass to Mellinson. Mellinson slips and blows a tire, making it 3rd down.
I think we might see Gosen with a great shoestring tackle on that. He knifed underneath the coverage. We've seen this play before where they had a big run on it, and Gosen just does a great job cutting underneath the blocking receiver, and I'm pretty sure he clipped the foot of the receiver on that. I don't think it was blowing a tire. I think it was a highly impressive shoestring tackle on here. Yeah, just coming in,
really
he sees
good.
The play, comes knifing underneath the block so they can't make a block. Beautiful tackle.
And Natol Tedesz is back to receive this one. He's at the 35. The Sun, Grady Hay, punting it away. He boots it as deep as he can. They're going to return this at the 30. Tedesz has room to run on the left side. He makes one guy miss before he's swallowed up at the 36-yard line. 1st down Rams with 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Not bad for the Sun there, gaining that. Kudos to the Rams again. This is respectable field position. You stop the Okanagan Sun after it looked like they were getting some momentum and moving the ball on your defense, but that's a good return for the Rams on good coverage and a good kick by the Okanagan Sun. To get 6 or 7 yards against the Okanagan Sun after a kick like that is a good return. And again, now let's see if the Rams can control the remainder of this game and put the ball down and at least get 3, if not 7, to close out the half.
I tell you, it's such a defensive game, and great game played by both defensives and special teams. The Okanagan Sun with a goal line stand there, just intense. Now the refs did blow this play dead. We're waiting to see what's going on here.
I think there was a timeout called by the Sun before the ball was snapped.
Yeah. The sun just starting to come down. It's 32 degrees now here at the Apple Bowl, so it's not as bad as it was maybe 2 hours ago, Jason.
And I don't think that timeout was called for a good reason. It looked like the Okanagan Sun only had 11 guys on the field, so that's why Coach Beattie, defense coordinator for the Sun, reluctantly had to take that timeout to protect himself and get his 12th man out there.
You don't like to see that, but hey, this is the game, right? Sometimes you put in the wrong package, and that's what happens. It's hot. It is hot. These guys, I feel for every player wearing a bucket today. because this is not easy. Again, Jovan Sanga in at QB. They're sticking with the pro set now with 2 running backs. 1st and 10 for the Rams. Sanga drops back to pass. He's looking right. It's caught. And he's down, but just shy of the first down. That's caught by Isaiah Edwards.
Their stud, and that's the first time we've said his name today. This is one of the best receivers in the country, and that's the first time we've said his name. Now, whether that's fantastic defensive scheming by the Okanagan Sun or the Rams just haven't been able to get him the ball, but I'm amazed that by the 3-minute mark of the second quarter is the first time we see one of the best receivers in the conference touch the ball.
It looks like they were in zone coverage there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe that's the only way you can do it. Read if it's zone, and that's how you can get it to Edwards any day of the week, right? But I feel like anytime he's one-on-one, he's going to catch it.
Well, that's just it. One-on-one, you would think he's going to make a guy miss because he's such a quality receiver, right? He makes good speed out of his breaks. He can get that separation. It's just a matter of the quarterback getting him the ball. But, yeah, I'm amazed that it's the first time we've called him. But that was a good. He gave a great target for his quarterback and got almost a first down here. We'll see what the yardage.
Now the ref's bringing out Shane Gang to test this one to see if it was first down or not, and it looks like it's a first down. It is a first down, Rams. Twice Chain Gang has come out today.
Yep.
Kudos to the Chain Gang. They're in the sunny side of the stadium in the hot sun, baking all night long. It's not easy for anyone. So big thanks to the Chain Gang, working hard. And play will resume here again at 0-0, 2:49 left in the half. Tightly contested game between the Okanagan Sun and the Langley Rams. Sanga in at QB, staking in the pro set. That's 2 running backs or a running back fullback.
Yeah, looks like Eli and Jones back there with him.
Eli and Big Jones. He's going to drop back to pass. Sanga throws it deep to the left-hand side, and it was way out of bounds, almost picked off by Kenley Williams.
Yeah, he was going for Terrell Jones, number 2 there, and I don't know if it was just miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback, because it looked like the receiver read a different coverage and held back on his go route. I don't think he was going downtown as much as what Sanga thought he was doing, and good coverage or just broken communication on that.
So 2nd and 10 now for the Langley Rams with 2:39 left in the half. The Okanagan Sun, if they can make a stop here, they can get a chance at scoring before the half, but Langley definitely wants to put points on the board here. Sanga looking to throw. He rolls out to the right side. He throws it deep down the right-hand side. That's caught. First down, Langley.
Great play call, great execution. Rolling out a quarterback like Sanga coming off the edge. You have the same pro set. They get good containment. You get your lead block. You got backside protection by Eli. You got Jones sealing that front side. And that's a really great throw on the run. Getting your receiver about 15, 17 yards downfield like that and putting it right on the money. That's a beautiful execution by Sanga. Great play call by the Rams.
And a good catch from Natol Tedeschi.
Yes, beautiful catch.
So first down, Rams in Sun territory now. Again, Sanga looks to throw. He's going to throw it deep down the right-hand side to his wideout. That is caught, and he takes it in for a touchdown, Rams!
And that's who we were talking about, Terrell Jones, on the previous play when they were trying to get him downfield. That was a tough window to fit the ball in. I don't think, if you're going to go and dissect this film, I don't think it was the perfect decision by your quarterback, but you're putting it in a spot where your receiver can go get the ball. You've got good coverage. They should have had deep ball over top. I think that angle for the safety coming across was incorrect, and the corner lost his footing. But good execution by the Rams. Great decision to try and stretch them vertically, and they just caught a man falling, and great job.
2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first half. The Rams are now first ones to find blood this evening, up 6-0. The Rams are going to be kicking the extra point. And it's up, and it is good. Rams lead 7-0 in the first half, 2:20 to go. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. It's Okanagan Sun football on AM 1150. An excellent play from the Langley Rams, though.
Great. They're hanging in there, right? Even though both sides are making mistakes, it's not like you're thinking the road team is coming up here with the heat and that with all the mistakes they're making that they're getting dejected and they're going to, start tucking tail and the Sun will start bulldozing them. They're the ones that are sticking in this, sticking with their game plan, knowing that we're going to make a play.
And, the Sun are a young football team. People need to be reminded this is the youngest team we've seen in a long time.
Yes.
And we're back on AM 1150. It's 2:20 to go in the half. The Langley Rams up 7-0 on the Okanagan Sun. A very, very wild play from Sangha, throwing it deep down the right-hand side, caught from Terrell Jones, right? Was that Terrell Jones? Or
I believe it was number 2, Terrell Jones. Yep.
Yep. And just an incredible play from the Langley Rams. So they get first blood now. 2:20 to go. There's still plenty of time on the clock to get a touchdown, though, right, Coach Jason
Lots
Casey?
of time in Canadian football.
In Canadian football, 2 minutes left is about 30 minutes. So, all right, the Sun are going to take this at the 10. He's running. He's at the 15, up to 20. He gets room. He gets a window. He's at the 30, at the 35. He's down at the 45.
That was
Great run.
Faulkner
with a wonderful run.
Great job coming across coverage like that, setting up blocks, and then once you get across to the opposite side hash marks, you find that seam and start moving upfield. Great return, great setup for your offense, knowing that, okay, I got to give these guys field position so they can make some plays, couple of big plays, get inside the Rams 40, and then see what happens.
Philippek staying in at QB, so the Sun are going to stick with him. Noah with him. Sun going left to right, 1st and 10 on their own 45. Philippek gives it to Noah. Noah runs off tackle. He makes 3 guys miss. He spins. He does a cartwheel, and he gets 15 yards on the play.
And this is what I was going to say earlier in the quarter when the Sun were allowing the Rams to make plays because their first guy was trying to make the highlight tackle and missing, and this is what's happening with Noah too. The first guy's not going to put Noah down. You got to wrap him up, slow him down so your teammates can make a play. He's going to run through you every time. I don't care who you are if you try and tackle him one-on-one like that.
And how Noah took the handoff. He yanked the ball out of Philippek's hands like, give me that ball. Willing the game. 1st and 10 for the Sun. Philippek drops back to pass. It's caught, and he's tackled right away, rips his helmet off. Good catch from Marcus Burden, just shy of a first down.
Yeah, so I like what the Sun are doing with the run and pass right now because we're now seeing the Rams switch to a 4-2 with a wide Sam linebacker. It's still a 4-3, but the Sam linebacker's out of the box. So it looks like they're running a 4-2. So the Okanagan Sun are taking advantage of that, both running and passing. I'm going to side with the Rams here. I think that's an unnecessary penalty. He was tackling through the shoulders, and they both came over top of each other, and the helmet just popped off. I don't think this is an unnecessary roughness against the Rams at all. The Rams have got a raw deal on this one.
He did rip his helmet off, but Coach Jason
Casey, only with the motion of coming over.
Telling it like it is.
It is, though. I'm not going to say because it's against the Rams that's a great penalty. It's a garbage penalty. It shouldn't have been called.
1st and 10 for the Okanagan Sun. They're inside the 20 now. Philippek drops back to pass, looks deep down the right-hand side, and that's incomplete, intended for Jordan Falconer.
Yeah, so Faulkner was going on kind of like almost a stutter step corner or a post corner on that route. Not a bad read for Philippek. I like what he was trying to do with that, but if he put a little bit more of like a 2-arc on that and drop it in, he would have been able to lead Faulkner to that sidelines and possibly for a completion. Otherwise, like that was a sketchy place to throw the ball because even the defender didn't see it coming, and I think the defender had a better chance at that play than Faulkner, the receiver.
1st and 10, Sun on the 20. Philippek drops back to pass. He looks right, he looks left. He's going to give it to Noah with a quick shovel pass. Noah fumbles the football, and it looks like Langley recovers.
Wow, I love the play call, and again, Noah makes that first guy miss, but because it was so hard to get out of that first tackle, the second man just coming over top does a tomahawk chop. I think it was number 44, Sommers, the defensive lineman. Good job on him sticking with it. First man slows him down a little bit, and then just pops that ball. He comes in for a tackle.
Now, do you see that he grabs Noah by the helmet there? I don't know.
I didn't see that part. I was only looking at how the ball popped out on Noah and who was coming across his feet.
Right.
So I didn't see if he was doing a high tackle on that?
It looked like a high tackle to me, but Noah's a shorter guy.
No, I think he's just grabbing the front of his shoulder pad, Kep. Yeah, yep.
And for folks who are just listening to the game and watching on TV, Jason Casey has actually been grabbing me and putting me in headlocks.
I'm a visual kind of guy.
Minute 38 to go in the half.
Kepler's my tackling dummy.
Rams get the ball back. It's 7-0 Langley. Langley looking to put points on the board before the end of the half. Sanga hands it off. Jones runs outside. He makes 2 guys miss. Makes 3, 4, 5 guys miss. He's just not going down. First down Rams. They're on their own 50 now with a 25-yard run.
Yeah, so Jacob Bond, the stud linebacker for the Okanagan Sun, had a chance to get him from behind here, just couldn't secure the tackle. Jones did a good job, almost kind of high-stepping, getting out of this tackle. So there's Jacob coming across. He actually didn't come from behind the line of scrimmage. He kind of knifed through his lane. But this is just good running by Jones, knowing that, no, you're not going to put me down either. I can stay on my feet. I can keep my speed. I can keep my power and run north-south and put you on your backside.
All right, we got a player down for the Okanagan Sun, which means we're going to take a 30-second timeout on AM 1150. It's Okanagan Sun football. Langley leads 7-0 right here at the Apple Bowl in Kelowna. All right, Langley leads 7-0. They still have the ball. They're going to run it right up the gut on 1st and 10. That's Reggie Eli again taking it right up the gut and getting at least 2 to 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, just big on big. I think he even pushed closer to 40, by the way, because he got kind of tackled low and just rolled forward, right? So just keep getting those extra yards. The Rams are moving the ball. They're being effective enough right now and not hurting themselves, even when we saw earlier in the game, the first quarter and second quarter, with the bad snaps and the bad execution. They're sticking to their guns. They're sticking to their play calling on what their initial game plan is for this first half, and it's enough so far.
2nd and 6. Rams look to throw. Sanga drops back. He's got time to throw. That's incomplete. So it'll be 3rd down Rams with 52 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, and I think Sanga's just rushing his reads. So right now we're seeing this. So we've got 3 and 1. So you got trips receivers to the wide side of the field, 1 receiver to the weak side, but you got 2 running backs in the backfield that are staying in the backfield with pro set blocking. So you've got 7 guys pass blocking. I think Sanga just needs, he's going to be told at halftime, settle down. You're not getting pressure. Make your read, because that was the right read to throw that ball to Edwards. He just has to get the ball down, and that's a big 15, 17-yard completion if he steps into the pass knowing that he's not getting the pressure.
So Rams punting basically from the 55-yard line. It's a decent snap. Punted high and deep. This one going to be going right out of bounds, and it looks like there's going to be no yards called on the Rams as well.
Yeah, I think it bounced on Eli's shoulder there. He was coming down in the coverage. He just took an awkward bounce against the Rams, and he was in that 5 yards halo, touched the ball. That was Thorpe back there waiting for it. Yeah, so you got a bounce in the head, and it just Eli was trying to get out of there, so that should only be a 5-yard penalty. It shouldn't be a 15-yard no yards penalty, but we'll see what the refs determine.
And for anyone who's more used to watching American football than Canadian football, there's no fair catch in the Canadian League. We have the 5-yard halo, which is it's yards. You have to give a guy room to catch, and that allows for more of a game.
Every play has to be returned. Unless it goes out of bounds, every kick is going to get returned. That's good. 5 yards.
So it's 5 yards, and that's a fair call.
He was trying to get. He was showing to the refs he was trying to get out there. So for sure.
It's not like it was intentional. And that happens. These guys run down there at full blast.
Yeah, you don't see where the ball's landing if it's short, and it also, like this, it took a bad bounce.
Philippek drops back to pass. That's intercepted by the Langley Rams. First down Rams, intercepted by Harvey Mahamud.
So I think that was intended for Faulkner coming on that slant. So we're going to see on the replay here. So again, just a quick hitter to the weak side. That's the number 2 receiver. He was going for second level, but that's just the Rams sitting in zone, knowing that, hey, there's not a lot of clock left. You got to go darn near the 80% of length of the field to score points on us. We're going to sit back in zone and read your quarterback, and that's exactly what they just did here. And Muhammad did a great job on the coverage there.
Yeah, he just sat back and played his part.
Did exactly what he needed to do on a play like that.
Yeah, 1st and 10 for the Rams. Now they're on the Sun 29-yard line. Sanga in the pro set. Sanga looks to throw. He's got extra blockers. He's under pressure. And he's down, but there is a flag in the backfield. We'll see what the refs call it.
Probably going to be holding. But see, on this, he had lots of time. But he's got to make his first or second read and then get out of there. If he steps up into that pocket and delivers the ball, it's perfect. Or if he runs and scrambles, I like the pro set that he's getting, but that was probably good defensive coverage downfield as well.
And for anyone wondering, pro set is when you've got two backs next to the quarterback, and they're directly there to block.
They're staying blocking.
Coming
They're
in.
staying blocking. Yeah, this is max protection. You've got your 5 O-linemen plus 2 running backs back there. So the quarterback's got 7 guys creating a pocket for him to pass to. Now it makes it harder because then you've only got 4 receivers downfield. It makes it easier for the back 7 or 9 to cover.
So it's 1st and long now. They're going to hand this one off to Eli. Eli takes it up the gut and almost gets them back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down Rams. We got 25 seconds left in the half. 7-0 Rams. The Okanagan Sun struggling to get anything going right now offensively, but I think their defense has played tremendous today.
The defense is doing enough to try and hold them into this because the Rams have been so inconsistent. Nothing's gone where it's 14-0, 17-0, 21-0. It hasn't gone like that just because the offense for the Okanagan Sun hasn't been able to get their footing. But to say that, the Rams have also been sputtering, and the defense on the Rams has done a good enough job as well against the Okanagan Sun offense.
2nd and 14, and there's a flag on the play here.
Is that time count?
It looks like, we'll see what they say.
Procedure or time count?
Yeah. Again, it's 7-0 Rams.
Time count.
We have a time count on the Langley Rams. They're going to be pushed back even further.
And that's another thing that's different between the Canadian and American. This is a 20-second play clock in the Canadian game, so this is faster pace. But the lousy thing on this field is there's still no play clock on field level. So the quarterbacks can't see that, right? They got to have that clock. They've got to have that clock in their head, but usually you see a clock on either end of the field counting down from 20. That helps that, and it's too bad the Apple Bowl doesn't have that.
And that's going to bring it down to 3rd down for the Rams, but there's 3 seconds left on the clock. So I think the Rams, if anything, they're just going to want to maybe run a play so the clock dies down.
I would just snap the ball to the quarterback, take a couple steps back, and kneel.
Yeah.
Take the loss of 7 yards on your stats, but you're protecting the football. You're going into halftime on the road, opening the season up on the Okanagan Sun.
You know, the last time these two teams faced each other was the BCFC Championship nearly 2 years ago. So they're both out for blood here. Philippek hands it off, Sanga hands it off before he's down just at the line of scrimmage, but that brings the clocks to 0. That is halftime. We will be back in 5 minutes with your halftime report brought to you by Safeway. It's Okanagan Sun football on AM 1150, BCFC TV, and TELUS TV. We'll be back in 5 with your Safeway halftime report.
Broken glass? No problem. Go see Tim at Kelowna Glass.
Hi, I'm Tim. Come see us for all your glass needs.
Kelowna Glass specializes in repair and replacement of auto, residential, and commercial glass. Kelowna Glass, Kelowna's #1 choice for auto glass.
Come and see us on the corner of Hunter and Enterprise.
Going up to the right, he breaks through, and that is a successful return for the Okanagan Sun right here. Takes the handoff.
Broken glass? No problem. Go see Tim at Kelowna Glass.
Hi, I'm Tim. Come see us for all your glass needs.
Kelowna Glass specializes in repair and replacement of auto, residential, and commercial glass. Kelowna Glass, Kelowna's #1 choice for auto glass.
Come and see us on the corner of Hunter and Enterprise.
And second wait. Motion. Philippek gives it to Noah. Noah runs right up the gut. He makes a few guys. All right, it's halftime for Safeway Okanagan Sun football. I'm Stephen Kepler. With me is Jason Casey. We're live on BCFC TV and TELUS TV and on AM 1150. 7-0 Langley Rams here in this home opener for the Okanagan Sun. Not the way I expected it to go, but a very defensive battle. Isn't it right, Jason Casey?
I was expecting both teams to have points on the board. I was thinking, like, if it was going to be a messy or inconsistent first game of the season, I'm thinking like 14-10, 17-10, something like that. For either team, respectively, you would have probably bet on the home team. It's the Okanagan Sun. They're at home. You would expect them to get their stuff going. But when you're looking at the stats, like, the Rams have just outmoved the ball against the Okanagan Sun. They've got over 200 yards total offense to 140 for to the Sun, but about 35-40 yards were on that one touchdown play, right? So, yeah, it swings and roundabouts, but I just think the Rams have been a lot more consistent than the Okanagan Sun. When we're looking at offense, we've seen flashes of brilliance. You see Melanson get the ball on a slant and get a 15-yard pass, or you're seeing Noah run the ball, open field, making guys miss. But it just hasn't been consistent enough. Last season, you look back and think, okay, well, they would do that for 6-7 plays and put points on the board, whereas tonight we're seeing 2 or maybe 3 plays of brilliance, and then the wheels fall off again because it's the first game jitters, and guys got to get mentally between the ears. They got to get on track. I don't think there's any major issues that the Okanagan Sun need to do at halftime. It's just the coaches got to challenge the players. Hey, you know the playbook. You know what we're going to call. Be more consistent and execute.
I think you're right. I was just about to bring up, the depth guys need to come up and play better. Your C's need to be B's.
Yeah.
Your B's need to be A's. I think Noah has played a great game so far. Noah's leading in receptions. He's got 33 yards receiving. And Melanson has made some great grabs as well. And Philippek, he's played pretty good. He's had a couple of running first downs. He's been playing solid as far as I
was
see.
asked by someone at halftime, would you make the call to switch the quarterback? And I'm like, no, he's not the problem. He's not hurting his team.
No.
It's been execution across the board and on defense. The defense have had stupid penalties as well. So it's across the board that the Okanagan Sun are uncharacteristically being very sloppy, mentally and physically on the execution. Yes, you'd expect it first game. I didn't expect it to be this much for the Okanagan Sun. I have no problem thinking that they're going to correct this start of the third quarter. And that's not to slight the Rams, because the Rams are a quality team. They're not a 5-4 team when you're looking at what they are on the roster. They were 5-4 last year. They're going to be battling for that third, second, if not first place in the conference. This is a great first tilt for both teams, because they can look back on this 3, 4, 5 weeks from now and say, look how far we've come from that debacle again on the road or at home.
It's a highly defensive battle tonight here at the Apple Bowl for the Okanagan Sun home opener. Langley's first game starting on the road is always difficult. It's 7-0 Langley at the half for Safeway. We're going to take another 5-minute break, and we'll be back with the second half after this. It's Okanagan Sun football for CS Printmaster. My name is Stephen Kepler. Joining with me is Jason Casey, and the second half is about to get underway. Now, the Langley Rams deferred at the very beginning of the game, so they'll be getting the ball at half and leading 7-0. This is a really good start for the Langley Rams, is it not, Jason?
Yes, 100%, and I'd like to see them come back to that same pro set that we saw them do it towards the kind of end and second half of that second quarter, where you've got Eli and Jones in the backfield with Sanga as their two running backs, but I'd like to see one, if not both of them, leak into play action pass now. The Sun have got a dose of them staying in for 100% pass pro. I'd like to see one of them, maybe even Sanga take a couple of steps to the strong side and Jones leaks out into the flats just to keep those linebackers honest on the Okanagan Sun. And then the caveat, or the flip side of that, I'd like to see the Sun put Noah as a receiver, a slot receiver, and have Peddle as a running back. That will, I think, that'll force the front seven of the Rams to be more honest. Because right now, when it's Peddle or Noah just in the backfield, they're crowding that line of scrimmage, and they're not allowing the Sun to control that line of scrimmage and make plays. So what do? Say, hey, are you going to cover him in pass pro, or are you going to stuff the box with Peddle in the running? Because Peddle is an equally talented running back.
And Peddle's been part of this squad for years. Force
that front seven of the Rams to make a decision. What are you going to do? And we're going to do the opposite if the Okanagan Sun. That's what I'm thinking. I'd like to see adjustments. Other than that, it's still just been miscues because it's first game. I know I've said that probably 24 times today. It's the first game of the season, but this is what we're seeing. I don't think there has to be drastic changes by either team, player-wise, personnel on the field, or play calling-wise. It's still down to execution right now.
Gosin is back for the Langley Rams, back to receive. Now the refs are having a little conversation with the captains here, or at least to start the half here. I'm not sure what this is about.
I think they might be questioning what side they were supposed to be on, but no, I think that's...
No, yeah. Remember, they started the game on the wrong sides, and then they switched them out, but this looks correct. As for, I mean, it's just as hot to be a referee right now as a player. I mean, they're running their bags off. It's tough. It's very, very tough.
Yeah, and they're in all black too, right? So luckily we see the sun going down now. It's going behind the mountain, which is nice. Both teams are in the shade. The refs are in the shade as well. They're the ones that are in full pants and in black and the black hats and stuff. So yeah, the refs are welcoming the sun going down as well.
And yeah, the game started off at about 35 degrees in heat. Now we're down to 31 degrees. With the sun coming down, it's going to be a lot easier on these guys. Gosin back to receive. The second half is about to get underway. The Okanagan Sun look ready to go. This is going to be a wild second half. Considering the first half was only 7 points scored, we'll see what happens.
Let's see who does what in this third quarter.
It's going to
be the key, right?
Yeah. And the kick is up. Gosin's going to receive it. Nope. And it's caught. He's at the 20, the 25. He's got room to run. He runs on the outside, and he's taken down at the 35. That was ran by Natol Tedesque.
Tedesque, yeah, great run, right? Like coming across again the formation. He caught it on the left side if you're the Rams' perspective, coming across the formation, setting up your up backs and wedge blocks, and then just finding that first seam and going north-south, and to be on the outside of your own 35-yard line. Great place to start if you're the Sanga and the Rams.
1st and 10 for the Rams, starting off on their own 36-yard line, 36-yard line here. So a good start for the Rams, a good return. Okay, they're back to the single back, so they're not playing in the pro set.
With him, yep.
Jones back with Sanga.
Let's see if they try and get Edwards in the game too, right? Like I said, we only called his name once.
They give it to Jones. Jones runs right up the gut. He makes a couple of guys miss before he's taken down after getting a 2-yard gain. Second down, Rams.
Yeah, that could just be a test call, right, by the Rams. Okay, let's see what the Sun are going to do. Do they make any adjustments? We've got our same set. They've got their flood formation, so 3 receivers to the strong side, 2 to the weak side, without a tight end. So your standard slot backs and wide receiver, and then Jones as a lone back from the pistol, and just see what the Okanagan Sun front seven flow on that. It was just big on big. It was straight up. It wasn't zone. It wasn't counter. There was no counter step by Jones. Just straight up that weak side off tackle.
2nd and 7 for the Rams. Sanga looks to pass. He's rolling out right. He's going to throw deep down the left-hand side. That is nearly picked off. 3rd down. He had his mitts on it.
Yeah, good cover
There's
by
a flag
Fensky
in the
on it.
backfield, and it looks like this one's against the Rams.
Yeah, we might see a holding call there, but that's good. Again, Sanga's got good.
Smart decline.
Yeah, and he's getting good protection back there too, right? Sanga, he's able to go back there. He's able to step into that. That was just good coverage by Fensky back there on that corner, coming into the inside hip of the receiver, breaking on that and knocking that ball down.
Sanga's got happy feet as well. I noticed he's got a little twinkle toes before he throws the ball. I don't know if this works well for him or not, but it should be pointed. If you're DB, you should know right away.
Yeah, and they might be keying on that and reading that, right? Say, oh, he's going to make his commitment to his first or second read. Let's jump that decision in his eyes.
Well, you can get an extra 2 yards, 3 yards out of that. And we got a flag on the play. Refs call it dead.
Oh, timeout, son.
Timeout, son. So we're going to take a 30-second timeout as well on AM 1150. It's Okanagan Sun football. Second half just got underway. The Langley Rams lead 7-0 right here at the Apple Bowl.
That sucks. They wasted it.
What?
They wasted another timeout early in the third.
So the Okanagan Sun taking a timeout there on punt, which doesn't really have Coach Jason Casey that happy.
Well, it's unfortunate you're wasting a timeout early in the third quarter in a game you're trailing behind and you're not getting any momentum. On punt return, you had to waste a timeout.
All right, the punt is up, and it's it's returned at the 40. He runs back to the 35 before going past, getting about 4 to 5 yards on the play. First down, Okanagan Sun. That was ran by, that looked like it was Kenley Williams.
Yeah, it might have been Williams again, but I think I'd like to see Williams come out. Like, he had Borhat out there blocking. If he would have still committed, like when I was doing special teams on my return guys, I would tell him, give up that 5, 7, 10 yards to come around that horn. If he continues to commit around that wide side of the field, he had a blocker out there, and he, if not going to pay dirt, that's a 15 or 20-yard punt return.
And that's something Mike O'Shea did so well when he played for the Okanagan Sun.
He knew, I'm going to make you think you're going to tackle me. I'm giving up these 7, 10 yards.
He would give up 20 yards.
You don't see me knowing I got 3 guys right there. I'm setting up to block me, and all I need is 2 yards down the sidelines, and I'm going for a touchdown.
So, yes, Philippek staying in at quarterback, and I think that's the right call. I think he had a great first half. I don't think you can fault him for there being a donut on the scoreboard.
He has not been the problem. This has been a collective issue. It hasn't been a 1 or 2 man. This is a collective issue right now for both teams. Any faltering they've had, it's been because of their execution and mindset. It's not one guy dropping the ball or causing issues for either side of the squads here.
Philippek with Noah in the backfield. 1st and 10 Sun on their own 45. Motion in play. Fakes to Noah, throws a screen. It's caught before he's taken down in the backfield, so it'll be a loss.
See, that's tough. You're running these wide receiver screens without setting up any pressure going downfield against zone defensive coverage. So not only is the corner beating your outside wide receiver block, you've also got the halfback and strong linebacker coming up untouched because there's no one out there, right? You're outmanned. And also, we now see the Rams, they're running a 4-3 now. They've gotten, I'm not going to say they got rid of, but they're starting the third quarter in the 4-3, not the 3-4. That changes the blocking scheme for the Okanagan Sun. They're trying to play mind games with the O-line and the run game of the Sun, and it allows them to play some different coverages as well. As opposed to 4 linebackers, they've got 3 linebackers. They can still get some stunts with their D linemen. Looks like we might have a cramp in the hamstring and calf here, eh?
And when you're playing in the heat like this is where the fourth quarter is going to get wild, because I think we're going to see a lot of second stringers come in, not because a team is ahead, but because guys are hurt. And this is what happens when you're playing in 35-degree heat. It's a hot one. Hydrate up, kids. 2nd and 11 now for the Okanagan Sun. They're pinned on their 44, or not pinned, but they're on their own 44, going left to right. Philippek drops a pass. He looks right. He rolls out. He's under pressure. Throws it deep to the right-hand side. That's incomplete. 3rd down. And that one intended for Griffin Leah.
Yeah, it's tough. He's doing a rollout and that. He's got to get rid of the ball because he's feeling pressure. He just puts too much air on it. Not a bad decision, but if he, again, he's young, maybe he doesn't have the torque on it yet, but if he can rifle that in there and put it between the numbers of your receiver, you can make that completion. But when you put that much air in there, you're allowing a halfback or a linebacker to come off their coverage responsibility and make a play.
12:54 to go in the third quarter, second half. Just got underway. 7-0 Rams. 3rd down for the Sun, and they're going to punt this one away. Grady Hay boots it, and it's blocked by the Rams. 1st down Rams on the Sun 44.
Wow.
An incredible special teams play from the Langley Rams.
And that's Cooper getting the recovery. I don't know if he got the block and the recovery, but let's see what kind of stunt. It was nothing special. He just beat his guy on the inside. So he went to the inside shoulder with one arm. He's a tall, long guy. Put his mitt in the line of sight for that ball. Blocked it and recovered it. Great job by Cooper. That is an awesome play for him to put his team in a position to go up big on the side.
And I got to say, right now, play of the game so far has been Isaiah Cooper. If we're looking at a defensive battle, that would be the play of the game.
100%.
I always love seeing special teams players make big plays, and that was huge.
And that's a textbook no-no because that's the sight of your kickers. Like that up back, I didn't see the number of who it was, but you've got to protect that inside at all costs. You've got to get to that inside shoulder of Cooper and knock him on his backside.
Sanga fakes the handoff. He's going to throw it out to the flats before. Oh, you don't like to see that.
Blew a tire.
Jaden Jagpaul just kind of lost his footing there.
I don't know if he got a little too excited because he realized that he had a little bit of daylight out there and just blew a gasket, but he's coming hard across the formation here, so you're faking that crack block and then coming in, and yeah, that's just...
He's going to want that one back.
Because he's going to have separation on that defensive coverage. He's going to be able to turn the corner, and I think, yeah, he knew that was going to be a big play.
Now, was there a flag on the play? Because I'm seeing the chain gang hasn't switched it to 2nd down.
I might have been yakking too much, but it looks like yes.
Oh, offside. Okay, so it was
on Edwards,
offside.
their top receiver, yeah. I've seen a couple times through this game on both sides where the receivers look like they're pushing that 1-yard grace that these refs give. So I'm amazed it took this long for them to call it, but
another thing that I love about the Canadian game, unlimited motion behind the line.
I love
of
it. Yep,
scrimmage.
100%. Makes it tougher in coverage for the defense, and I love that aspect of the game.
Okay, Eli in the backfield, lone back with Sanga. 1st and 15. Sanga throws it out to the flats. Ooh, and he is drilled. A massive hit from the Okanagan Sun.
Beautiful read by Ferreira. That is just excellent. He knew what was happening. He saw, as soon as Sanga made that commitment and he saw that receiver step up, I was coming. I'm coming for you. I'm going to blow right through you and knock that ball out. That is just a great open field tackle against Neal, the receiver.
Cameron Neal couldn't do anything.
And he's
in that
feeling
play.
it right now. He's feeling it.
Taking
I
a
think
knee
he got
here.
winded, yeah.
You know what? There's a quick timeout here as he's down. We're going to take a 30-second timeout on AM 1150. It's Okanagan Sun football. The Langley Rams lead the Sun 7-0 here at the Apple Bowl. 11:43 to go in the third quarter. Empty backfield. Sanga gives it away. It's a jet sweep. He runs down the right-hand side. He gets about 4 yards on the play before he's taken down. It'll be 3rd down Rams.
And that's Isaiah Edwards, their top receiver, coming across. So obviously the Rams are thinking, how can I get the ball into my number one guy's hands? If we can't get it downfield, if we can't stretch him, we'll put him as a slot back in the weak side position and have him coming across. Now, the formation isn't unique. We see both teams run this kind of offense, but it's the player, it's the personnel who's in that second slot back receiver. So the Sun need to call that out. If you see Edwards, number 9, as that slot back, you've got to tell the strong side D end, check, check, check. He might be coming your way.
Third down, and it looks like they're going to go for it, showing disrespect to the Sun special teams. He's going to throw it deep down the left-hand side, and it's caught! First down, Rams! What a great play call.
What a gutsy
What
call.
a catch from Kai Romsley.
Romsley
First
on
down.
that deep post. This is 3rd and long. It's not 3rd and short. You know that, okay, the Sun are going to get the ball on the 40, 45-yard line, but great cover, or great execution by Romsley coming down there. So he's the number 2 receiver on the trip side. So he's the middle slot back going deep and running that post.
And they're going to give this one to Reggie Eli, and he's going to run right up the gut and get about 5 to 6 yards on the play. Second down now. So, I mean, it's safe to say that the Rams are going to go for it on third down consistently. Well, at this point now.
Why not? Yeah, I mean, you would think you just did it on 3rd and long. That was like 3rd and 13 or 14.
No, that
which
was
is gutsy in and of itself. But to execute it like that, and now you've got 2nd and 4 or 5 on the Sun 8-yard line.
2nd and 5. Eli in the backfield with Sanga. Sanga looks to throw. He's throwing it deep down the left-hand side. That's caught. Touchdown, Rams!
That's Edwards. I think that's top dog.
That's Edwards.
That was a beautiful spot by Sanga. Put it way outside, put it to where only your guy could go get it, or worst case scenario, it's just passing complete. And again, he's a slot back. So we're seeing on the replay here, he's the slot back on the weak side. He's not even on the strong side, just does a corner route, and Sanga puts it in a perfect spot right there. Excellent execution by the Rams.
So that makes it 13-0 for the Rams. They're going to go for the extra point here. Solid start to the third quarter for the Rams. The Sun still struggling a little bit this game. It is still defensive, but that 3rd and long play was a game changer. It could be a turning point in the game. That's blocked by the Sun, though. And that's the extra point blocked by the Sun. Now, there is a flag on the play. It is in the defensive backfield.
That's Lewis coming off the edge there. So I wonder maybe if he jumped the gun and got a little offside there, if that's what they're calling.
We'll check the replay on the camera here. Yeah, it looks like it was offside on.
But the Rams are doing a great job. They took advantage of a blocked punt and put points on the board. And that's exactly what you need to do on the road against a tough opponent who is struggling at this point. It's safe to say no one's going to have any, like false pretenses of what they think the Okanagan Sun are doing for the previous 2.5 quarters. But the Rams are doing what they need to do to not only stay in this game on the road, but to be ahead now by almost 2 touchdowns.
And this is a young football team. We got to remind everyone of that. You know, our QB right now, Philippek, is 17 years old. I think he's really holding his own today.
For sure.
And I wouldn't fault anyone for starting him.
Even though he's got that interception against him, that is still not the issue of what's going on in this game.
So that penalty was on
the Rams.
The Langley Rams. So the point is no good. It's 13-0, which honestly looks a lot better than 14-0. Isn't it weird how it works that way?
Yeah, and this can still be a quick turnaround for the Okanagan Sun. We know the firepower they still have. They're a young team. There's been turnover in key positions, but we know what they've got in their arsenal when it comes to the return game and on offense. So if the Rams don't get too far ahead of themselves, they have an opportunity to pull off a monster upset in the start of the season. Now, I'm saying that with 9 minutes in the third quarter still to go. There's a
lots of
boatload of time to go for the Okanagan Sun.
You got to keep in mind the Okanagan Sun are ranked 2nd or 3rd in the top 10 in the CJFL rankings. So
they're going to get it together. Let's be honest.
They'll have to.
Well, yeah, they have to, but they also got the talent and the coaching staff. They know they can make adjustments. If they stay calm and execute, knowing they still got lots of time, they can turn this around.
All right, Rams kicking. They boot it down the right side of the field. Sun, they're going to field this one at the 15. He's at the 20, at the 25. He's got room to run at the 30, almost at the 40. He's running on the outside. He's got room. He's at the 50, the 40. Huge run back.
Falconer again.
Falconer
Loving how
waking his team up.
And see, if this is two big punt or kickoff returns we've seen them do in this third quarter, where he's come across the field and set up his up backs in the wedge and everything and come all the way to opposite sidelines. This is what they need to do on punt return as well. This is what happens when you set up your blocks and use this wide field to your advantage.
And it's almost like he's working with every 5 yards because he's running through defenders, not around defenders. Not afraid to run the football.
Let's see if they can take advantage.
1st and 10. They're in Rams territory on the Rams 46. Philippek in with Noah. Single back. Philippek drops back to throw. He's going to throw it to Noah in the flats. Noah's got room to run. He gets 5 yards, spins, and he's just swallowed up before I think he gets the first down.
It looks like forward progress. If you're the Philadelphia Eagles, that's all you do is just do the tush push and get yourself first down and a touchdown. But yeah, that should be a first down. And I'm liking how Philippek is throwing these swing passes. So we had a standard 3-2 formation, 3 to the strong side, 2 to the weak side. Number 3, Lynn, motioned across like they normally do if it's going to be a run play. He went all the way across to create a quads. They all vacated and blocked. Noah leaked out to that strong side, and Philippek put it in a spot where he just led Noah. Didn't put any air, he just slung it right in his gut, and Noah was able to run with it.
All right, we're going to take a 30-second timeout. It's 8:27 left in the third quarter. 13-0 Rams. Sun driving the football up the field. We'll be back in 30. Noah in the backfield. They give it to Noah. He runs off tackle. He's got room to run. He gets about 5-6 yards on the play before he's taken down. 2nd down, Sun, and about 2 to go.
Yeah, and this is the Okanagan Sun showing they can get their hogs downfield, get to that second level, create that separation for Noah to use his speed and cut up that edge. As soon as we see the hogs start getting farther downfield, he's going to allow even the linebackers to be in a position where they're going to get blocked, and then he's doing one-on-one with halfbacks and safeties. That's when it turns into 17, 18 yards a pop.
All right, 2nd and 2 for the Okanagan Sun, driving the football, digging in their heels. Noah. Philippek throws it deep. It's caught just shy of a touchdown. But first down, Sun, with 2 yards to go.
Len. Great route by Lynn.
Jackson Lynn.
And that's another corner route. So, yeah, you do play action pass. The front 7 are doing on them. And that was underthrown, too. Like, Philippek's going to want that back because that's a touchdown if he leads him. But this is great play action pass. Throws off, he's kind of throwing off his back foot there, but he puts it in a spot still where Lynn can make the play. Huge opportunity for the Okanagan Sun to make a great drive here.
And I have to mention his poise in the pocket for such a young guy is really strong. He's looking like a young Peyton Manning or maybe a younger Arch Manning out there.
There you go. Yeah, Arch Manning, the next one coming through.
All right, so it's 1st and goal for the Okanagan Sun. They really want to punch this one in there. Philippek within the I formation. Looks like they've got Peddle in the backfield. And we've got, it looks like this penalty, there's a flag on the play that's looking like it could go against the Sun. Let's see what the refs say. So, illegal procedure.
Right guard. Oh, that's tough.
So that's unfortunate. Now the Okanagan
So you take
Sun,
out your jumbo package and now go back to your regular offense.
Yeah, so they switched out Peddle and they're bringing back Noah. Now, when he says jumbo, he means bigger guys versus smaller guys, but the guys who could work with the wider field.
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
I was sort of explaining, half asking. 6 minutes to go here.
Well, yeah, because we saw the 5-0 lineman. We saw double tight end. You saw power I formation. That's just big on big because of short yarders. Now you're just pressed into a little more.
Still first and goal with 6 yards to go. Philippek throws it out to the flats. He makes two guys miss before he's taken down with 1 yard to go. Just shy of a touchdown. So it'll be second and short now.
So that was Burden coming out of the backfield, but not even coming out of the backfield, but that was just, he was the number 3 receiver. You got number 1 and number 2 going vertical to clear that flat, and then Burden just did a quick out to the flats as the number 3 receiver and just a quick pass. Makes the first guy miss. You're hoping to make the second guy miss, knowing that they should be in man coverage when they're on their own goal line like this, but that's just a good second and third effort by the 2 and 3 man that came in on that tackle.
5:36 to go in the third quarter. Rams opened up the scoring in this half with 6 after then the Sun blocked the extra point. Sun really need to punch this one in here. It's second down and short.
And kudos to them for turning it around.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that what an incredible return from the Okanagan Sun
Faulkner
to bring it
setting
to the
up his team. Yep.
Yeah. Faulkner showing that he's a hero, showing that maybe he deserves to wear a C on his chest. All right. But yeah, we got a Ram down. So we're going to take a quick 15-second timeout on AM 1150. It's Okanagan Sun football, 13-0 Rams with 5:36 to go in the third quarter. So we have another Ram down, and he's been down for a couple of minutes here now, and I can't see, but Jason's just looking through his binoculars here to see what's going on.
It looks like they're stretching his left leg again.
So
I think
just
it's
another
cramps. I don't think we've seen any injuries today. I think it's just bodies going, hey, what are you doing to me in this heat, man? I think it's just fatigue. It's muscle soreness. It's muscle tiredness. You're coming out of, 2 weeks of camp, beating each other up, and you're trying to stay hydrated. We all say stay hydrated. We know they're drinking, but sometimes your body just, and usually the first two that you're going to start seeing these guys cramp are their calves and their hamstrings, and these guys need those to run. And as soon as you get one, it looks like he's hobbling. I think it's his left calf.
It looks painful, but at least he's up, he's moving, and he is walking. So he's getting some blood back into that calf.
And that's Gosen as well, who had that big missed field goal return earlier in the game.
And Gosen's been key in their special teams tonight.
Yeah.
So it's too bad that you see him limping off the field like this, but this is what happens when you play in the heat. Like I said earlier, I won't be surprised if in the fourth quarter a hero is a third stringer. You never know what can happen in these kind of football games, in these situations, because boy, if you think it's hot right now for yourself, imagine wearing 20 pounds of pads. Just added onto it. No, thank you.
And pounding against other big guys on a field for 60 to 70 plays.
Football, not an easy sport. This is Okanagan Sun football for CS Printmaster. I'm Stephen Kepler. Joined with me is Coach Jason Casey. 5:36 to go in the third quarter. The Sun are down 13-0, but they're driving. They've got about 1.5 yards to go before they can punch this one in. We've got Noah in the backfield alone with Philippek. And let's see what they can do. Philippek gives it to Noah. Noah runs right up the gut, and it's a touchdown, Sun! Ilya Noah with his first touchdown of the 2024 campaign.
That's tough for anybody to stop. He's got a full head of steam. He only needs 1 yard. You're already giving up a yard between the O-line and D-line, and he just dives across that. That's tough for anybody to stop.
I think it's relatively impossible to stop that. In the CFL, in the Canadian League especially, where 1 yard means nothing.
No, good job for the Hogs to help him out on here, get him in the end zone, hit pay dirt now. Great turn of events for the Okanagan Sun to answer. They've allowed the Rams to put up 6 points already in this third quarter. You answer right away. Now it's time for the defense to do what they do, make a play, if not get a 2 and out, stifle them at least after a few plays and make something happen.
Now, we just had a guy drop with the Langley Rams. we're going to take a 1-minute timeout here. 13-6 for the Langley Rams. It's Okanagan Sun football on AM 1150.
It's his leg as well. That's another cramp for sure.
And the kick is blocked by the Langley Rams. It goes into the I couldn't tell you what just happened there, Jason.
Well, he just came off the edge and blocked it. Like, this has just been it's wild. It's wild, the roller coaster of execution by both teams. They look all world, and it looks like week 8, 9, or 10 execution, or then it looks like this is just like day 3 of camp, and you're doing scrimmage, and you have stuff like this where there's missed assignments and blocked kicks. I'm just amazed that he got through so easy through the middle. It's not like he was coming through the edge. That was one of their big receivers. I think it was number 82, Tamika, but coming across.
This might be the first time I've seen Liam Atwood leave points on off the field.
Oh,
off the board.
Absolutely, yeah.
He's
an all-star, all-Canadian kicker.
5-star kicker, and so he's definitely not going to be feeling good about this. I feel for him at this point. 5:25 to go in the third quarter. It is a marathon of a game tonight. 13-6 for the Rams. Thanks for joining us on AM 1150 on BCFC TV and TELUS TV. My name's Stephen Kepler. With me is Coach Jason Casey. And it's been a very strange game to call, to say the least. But it's still tightly contested. And at this point, I could say it's anyone's game. It's a one-score game still. The kick is up. They're going to return this one at their own 9, but he's going to take it out of bounds right away.
I think it was Tedeschi. I think he's going to want to – he should have let that go out of bounds. It would have been a penalty, and they would have taken it on the 40. So his coaches are going to be saying, why would you field that in the field of play that close to the sidelines?
Kind of surprising, but in this heat, you can't blame too many decisions that are made. One thing I'm noticing here at the Apple Bowl, the back stands are finally filling up, and that's because the sun is finally down. And somebody was saying that it was just absolutely packed here, but we couldn't see the stands. Well, now we can. It is very busy night here at the Apple Bowl.
Great turnout.
Kelowna coming out big, and even a huge, huge group of Langley fans. It's good to see, and this is so good for the league. What a tilt.
It's a great conference. Absolutely. It's great to see both teams being supported.
Now the refs, it's 1st and 10. Langley's at the 15. Now are the refs trying to decide the spot of the ball, or?
Maybe. I don't know what. It seemed pretty cut and dry to me. He fielded the ball in play and stepped out of bounds. So.
And now there's 2 flags on the play.
So are they saying now that it was out of bounds before he fielded it? If he went all the way out of bounds to catch it, then technically that's an out of bounds kick. Yes. Yep.
So.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad they took the time to get the call right.
Yeah, it's good to see them conversing, because one ref would have said, hang on, no, if he didn't catch it in field of play, if he caught it outside of field of play, that is a kick out of bounds, which is an illegal kick in the Canadian game on kickoff.
Otherwise,
so now they get it on the 40. That's a huge advantage for the Rams.
That is a massive advantage. Now they're starting at the 40. 1st and 10 for the Rams, starting off with amazing field position. Temperature starting to cool. I can feel a little bit of a breeze here at the Apple Bowl. Down to 30 degrees.
Woohoo!
First and 10 for the Rams. Lone back, single back. High snap. They're going to hand it off. He's going to run outside. Nowhere to go before he's stuffed in the backfield. Second down. Jaden Sack, nowhere to go.
Yeah, good zone cover, or good read by the Okanagan Sun defense. So they're in zone coverage, dropping into their zone. So you got your will linebacker and your weak side halfback getting back into their responsibility, seeing that it's run, and then coming up and making a great play, a tackle for a loss.
So 2nd and 12 now for the Langley Rams. Sanga. And it looks like they've got Bruce Jones in the backfield now. Sanga drops back to pass. He throws it deep down the left-hand side. He's got a receiver wide open, and it's incomplete. Couldn't get his mitts on it. Third down. Kai Ronsley just about had that one.
Yeah, that's blown coverage, though. Luckily for Williams coming back to make a play, but that's an underthrown ball. If that ball is thrown with the power that we know Sanga has, that's a touchdown. That's a big touchdown. That's blown coverage all day long by Williams, and he knows he got lucky on that.
Yeah, he's praying to the football gods right now.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And there was a penalty on the offense there, too, so either way, that play wouldn't have meant anything.
True. So the Sun got a huge break on that after that penalty, or after the bad kick, but yeah. No,
and now the Sun are going to get the ball back with 4:26 to go here in the third quarter. It's 13-6 in favor of the Rams. Again, I think this is almost a coin flip of a game now at this point, or it sure feels that way.
It does, and it does feel like the Okanagan Sun now are starting to get some momentum. They're starting to feel their groove of what they need to do to control the tempo of this game. We'll see what happens on this return and transition to their offense.
And it's punted, going to be returned. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, well, at least the Sun get it. There's no yards on the play as well. But
yeah, I don't know what the Rams were thinking, that if they could field that. These guys got to get outside that 5-yard halo. Like, come on, guys. You got to know what your responsibilities are.
And yeah, just unfortunate for Kenley. Was it Kenley Williams?
No, I think it was Faulkner again, wasn't it? Or no, it might have been Thorpe.
It was Thorpe back to return that, and he just kind of slipped on the turf.
Just blew a gasket trying, because that ball, he was tracking the ball.
Yeah.
But when it's end over end like that, you don't know where it's going to bounce. And it bounced behind him when he tried to put the brakes on. But the only thing you got to worry about on a play like that is the kicker. And there should be someone who has a responsibility to block the kicker on a bad snap like that, or a bounce.
And that's going to be no yards called on the Rams there. So
and that's a 15-yarder because they didn't show any attempt to get back outside that 5 yards.
That's unfortunate because you had
Yeah, the Rams coaching staff are going to be pretty ticked off at their players for that.
I would like to be a fly on the wall in film room for both teams on that.
What were you thinking?
On both sides of the ball, because nobody's going to be happy with that play. Yeah.
I can imagine how I would be if I was still coaching.
You're already upset. I can feel your heart rate spike.
No, that's just the heat.
Right. Philippek and Noah in the backfield. 1st and 10 for the Sun, going left to right on the 48-yard line. Philippek's going to throw it out to the flats. He's got room to run. Gets a couple of yards on the play. That one from Jackson Lynn. Jackson Lynn, sorry.
That was Lynn. And a little bit better blocking now. We saw this earlier where they couldn't block, but this was better blocking to get something. But that's just good defensive coverage.
And a good
by the Rams coming up on
5-yard pickup.
That was Birdie, number 21.
Yeah, exactly. Happy play.
Second and mid-range. That's a good start.
Sun on the right side of the field, going left to right. Noah beside Philippek. 5 receivers. Philippek looks to throw. He throws it down the left-hand side. Jackson Lynn catches it before he's taken down, and that's a horse collar tackle they're going to call on the defense.
Was it?
Well, that's what I'm
it's the front of his shoulder pads.
Well, we'll see what they
come
call.
On. I love the execution. Great catch and run. That's what are these refs doing? That's a great tackle. His hand was on the front. I'm not going to grab. I won't hurt you, Kepler. That's not a horse collar.
That's a 15-yard penalty, and I kind of agree with you on that one, Coach Casey, only because it didn't feel like it was intentional. He had to get his hands on him.
If I'm Coach McCarty for the Rams, I'm blowing a gasket right now on the referees. Like, come on. Give my players a chance to make a play. That is a garbage call.
1st and 10 for the Okanagan Sun. They're on the Rams 29 after that 15-yard gain and 15-yard penalty.
That's just it. That's a 30-yard swing, right? Like McCarty should be all, Mr. Referee, I need to have a conference with you. Explain to me how that is a horse collar when he tackled him from the front. He just spun him around. Like, come on.
It's been kind of inconsistent as far as
Kinda?
that has gone, because I've seen it go both ways for
It
both
has,
teams.
100%. But you know how livid I get when refs stick their nose unnecessarily into the tempo of the game.
It's true. It slows the game down.
Well, it just shoots the other team in the foot. Yes, the Sun had a great play. That's where it should stand. But now the Rams just got shot in the foot by the referees. Yes, they allowed the Sun to get 15 yards. The refs didn't need to pile on another 15.
First and 10. Sun on the Rams, 29. Driving again. Looking to put more points on the board. Elelyon Noah in the backfield with Philippek. Philippek with his first start with the Okanagan Sun at only 17 years old. Philippek gives it to Noah. Noah runs up the gut. He makes two guys miss. He spins. He gets 10 yards. Or he almost gets a first down. I can't
That
quite
is so
tell.
close to a first down.
He might have been 1 yard short.
You think you got him dead to right. So that's just big on
One,
big.
two.
You get a crash coming down on the defensive end. He's too high. Noah slips underneath him and then is able to find that seam and get up to the linebackers. And by the time he gets to the linebackers, they're chasing him. They're not in front of him.
Took five jerseys to take him down. So it's second and short. Sun on the 20 now. Driving left to right. Give it back to Noah. Noah runs off the right-hand side. He's got room to run. He runs out to the flats. He makes one guy miss. He doesn't go down. He's finally down after 6 jerseys have to get on him. And now it looks like there could be a penalty against the Rams. They're getting a little upset, pushing a few Okanagan Sun players.
Yeah, now this is understandable where, okay, the whistle's blowing. You guys can stop. So right there, the whistle's blowing. So I think they're calling when he was coming in low at the end. I can't remember if that was 52 or 32, but on the replay you're seeing, they stop him, and I remember when that whistle was blowing, that low guy diving in is where that penalty's coming in.
So it's first and goal now for the Okanagan Sun. They've got about 8 yards to go here.
Right there, yeah, coming in low like that, that's unnecessary. That's how blown knees happen. But he's so powerful on his, you think he's off balance, but he's not. He's just getting started in the run.
Philippek with Noah in the backfield. Philippek throws it deep down the right-hand side. Nobody in range, incomplete.
I'd like to think he did that on purpose. I know he's young. Well, no, like, hear me out. Watch, when you see this replay, there was great zone coverage underneath. Like, if he tried to thread that needle, that's picked. I think that young kid thought, no, I'll just throw it over. I think he made a good adjustment to a bad read. I don't think he should have been thrown there anyways because the coverage was so good. There was 3 or 4 white jerseys on one receiver, but I think he made a good adjustment and sailed it on purpose.
Your reasoning is sound. They give it to Noah. Noah runs up the left side. Noah stopped just shy of the goal line. Third down, Sun, so a big decision is about to be made here with 38 seconds and ticking left in the quarter.
I think you go for it. A field goal doesn't do much for you right now. You're still down by 4 even if you kick a field goal, so you got to get this touchdown.
With 2 yards to go, I think you're right.
Lots of ball left. You go for this right now. Put up.
It really sets the tone
tie the
for
game
fourth
at the end
quarter.
of the third quarter. You've got the momentum now as the home team. The last probably 7 or 8 minutes of this quarter, it's been Okanagan Sun with the advantage.
Noah in the backfield with Philippek. Motion, receivers in motion. They're going to give it to Noah. Noah runs right up the middle, and it's a touchdown, Sun! That's 2 on the board for Elelyon Noah! Okanagan Sun 1 point away from tying this game.
Watch how quick this kid, he hits the line of scrimmage, stops dead, jumps left, and turns on the jets again. So, full head of steam. Step, jump, boom. Like, that is just a great zigzag run by Noah. He sees the line so well. He knows what he's going to make you do before you even think he's got the ball.
You know the term breaking ankles. That would be him. Just watching him make those defensive linemen miss at the line of scrimmage. he runs so smart and he's so fast.
Yeah, and you can see that too. I was
And
calling.
the extra point is good. It is a tie game heading into the fourth quarter. 13-13 season opener for both teams here at the Apple Bowl. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. It's Okanagan Sun football on AM 1150. As we head into the fourth quarter, it is 13-all, 15 minutes left on the clock here for the home opener for the Okanagan Sun and the season opener for the Langley Rams. Thanks for joining us on BCFC TV, TELUS TV, and on AM 1150 on iHeartRadio as well. Thanks so much. It's shaping up to be an intense fourth quarter, isn't it, Coach Jason?
Absolutely. See this come back 13, tied at 13. The Sun have all the advantage right now. They got to take advantage of the momentum they've built for themselves.
And they boot it deep, and it's going to be returned out of bounds again. He's
now
not going to
this
want
is
that
not
one.
going to be a penalty. He clearly caught this inside, and they're going to be on their own 5-yard line.
Natold Tedeschi definitely not happy with
And
himself.
this is what I
especially
thought he
after
did.
that.
And this is what I thought he did it towards the end of the third quarter, right? But he caught it
He
out
went
of
out
bounds.
at the 4-yard
Now
line.
you can see he's thinking, shoot, I just put my offense in a bad situation.
He got a feel for that because he knew right away.
Yeah.
But he'll learn from that mistake, and I bet you don't see it from him again this season.
No.
Something tells me we'll never see it again from him.
So here's a great opportunity for the Okanagan Sun defense to step up to what their offense have just been doing. Get a quick turn, 2 and out, if not a turnover. Give your offense great field position to build on the momentum of the execution they've had and try and put up another 7 points.
It is a very tight game, though, defensively, and now both offenses getting stuff done, getting the work done. Sanga, back to pass. He's looking deep down the right-hand side. That's incomplete, just outside. And he tried to get into the midst of Terrell Jones, but he just couldn't quite do it.
No, and he had Jones in that window. This was good clearing by the nuts. So Jones is the wide receiver coming out. So you got Edwards doing a corner post to clear those deep coverage, and then he came in behind that halfback who's in that flats coverage deep enough where Sanga had him in that window. He just put way too much mustard on it. If he floated it in there for Jones, that's a big reception.
All right, 2nd down and 10. They're pinned deep. Sanga drops back to pass. He's got room to throw. He's throwing back to Jones. He's swallowed a hole, but he does make the completion. He gets about 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, so similar start of this this play. 3 and 2, so 3 receivers to the strong side, 2 to the weak. Edwards again was clearing. That's Jones as the number 1, but he hooked up. Instead of going right through that zone on that skinny post deep in, he now hooked up trying to get to the first down marker, but the Sun jumped on that and read it well.
We've got another Rams player down, and I'm assuming it's cramps.
Seems to be the money bet tonight.
All right, we're going to take a quick 30-second timeout. It's Okanagan Sun football on AM 1150, brought to you by Kelowna Glass.
Broken glass? No problem. Go see Tim at Kelowna Glass.
Hi, I'm Tim. Come see us for all your glass needs.
Kelowna Glass specializes in repair and replacement of auto, residential, and commercial glass. Kelowna Glass, Kelowna's #1 choice for auto glass.
Come and see us on the corner of Hunter and Enterprise.
It's a tie game in the fourth quarter. 14 minutes to go right here at the Apple Bowl. If you're driving around Kelowna right now, I suggest you get down here and watch because this is an exciting, exciting game. The Okanagan Sun coming back after being down 13 points only to tie it up. It's been pretty exciting. Now it's third down for Langley, and it appears they're going for it.
Well, it's still second down.
It's second down. That's
okay, Cap.
That would be why. They're going to run it right up the middle. He gets a couple of yards before he's taken down. Now it would be third down.
Yeah, so they accepted that. There was a penalty previously that the Sun accepted. That's what put him back, and they just wanted, again, to try and give their kicker some room.
Which it's so difficult as a kicker punting in deep in the end zone, and because of the way our uprights are put, they're at the front of an end zone. So it's a little frustrating to kick with those.
It can mess with your mind.
It may seem small, but it's that mental thing.
And it's not like when you see in the American game, because their end zones are only 10 feet. If you're kicking, if the ball snapped from your own 1 or half yard line, they're almost out the back of the end zone. But you can still be at your 15 yards in the Canadian game because our end zones are twice the size.
Yep. Again, another reason why the Canadian game is better.
Better.
And the refs are just changing the spot of the ball to the right hash.
I was amazed they didn't do that right off the bat. Even the way the Rams ran the ball, I thought, put it on the hash, give the kicker a chance. You're not going to try and kick it right behind the uprights.
It's good news for the Okanagan Sun when they're set back at the 50, ready to return it. He boots it. He's got it tracked. And he's taken down right away. You know, Falconer gets maybe a yard on the play, but well tracked by Falconer, smart to not do anything crazy, and now the Okanagan Sun have good field position.
And that's Tamika with the great open field tackle on that. That's a beauty because he had a chance to try and knife through that first wave of coverage, but that's just a great shoestring tackle by Tamika. Great job on a receiver coming down, using his speed and being put in a position to make the open field tackle.
1st and 10 for the Okanagan Sun now. They're going to start on the 38-yard line, on the Rams' 38-yard line. So 38 yards to go before they can take the lead. You know that's what's on their minds right now. We had another guy down, and it looks like another cramp for the Okanagan Sun. It was so hot today.
I think that was Adoya, number 21, defensive back.
12:56 to go in the fourth quarter. Tie game, 13-13. 1st and 10 for the Sun on the 37. Philippek in. Single back set. Philippek hands it off. He goes right up the gut, and that looked like Petal with a couple of yards on the play.
Yeah, just good north-south running by Petal there. You get big on big with the front 5 of the O-line, get those hogs moving downhill and just get in behind them and run that ball.
And Petal's a veteran. You know, he knows what to do.
He knows this offense. He knows how to use his O-lineman. He knows how to make guys miss as well.
Petal staying in at running back. Philippek in the shotgun. Philippek drops back, throws it right down the middle. It's caught. He's got a couple of yards. First down, Okanagan Sun at the 16-yard line. What a grab from
Mellinson.
Sam Mellinson.
And this is great poise by Philippek coming off the edge here. So he rolls out, steps up, knows he's going to take a pop, and still delivers across his body. That's still, Mellinson's going from wide side across to the center, opposite of where Philippek was going to be doing his rollout. So that was a tough throw by the young rookie and a great execution.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Okanagan Sun. They're at the 16-yard line. Noah is back in at running back. Refs just called the play dead. And it looks like a timeout has been called.
Timeout by the Rams, I'm going to guess. I didn't see the motion, but...
Now, with 11 minutes to go in the game here, Coach Jason Casey, what kind of adjustments are you going to make if you're the Rams? Because the Rams are kind of playing on their heels. They're playing on their back heels right now.
I think I'm gonna still run zone behind a Mac backer blitz. I want to get pressure on this young quarterback. I'm gonna time it where you crash your defensive tackles against the guards and center, almost sacrifice your 2 tackles to be 2-on-3 to allow your Mac backer to knife through that B gap and get in there. You tell the Mac backer wherever you think Philippek's going to set up, that's the side I want you to blitz, and just pin your ears back and go smack him.
What I kind of love about Philippek right now is that nobody really has any game film on this guy.
No.
So you don't know what he's going to be like in this fourth quarter, and I think that makes for really exciting football.
Yeah, I mean, the scheme is still the scheme, right? Like, this is still an offense that we've seen before from the Okanagan Sun, but yeah, it's the execution of the young quarterback for sure.
Noah with Philippek in the backfield. They give it to Noah. Noah runs off tackle. He runs a couple of yards before he's taken down. He gets about 4 yards on the play. Second down, Sun.
Yeah, so this is standard again. We're seeing the motion across the field here. You give it to Noah right away, and he's just looking. He's looking to bounce up or out, depending on what's happening with his offensive tackle and what that DN does. So if that DN tries to crash and scoop inside that offensive tackle, he's going to bounce outside. He stays outside, keeps contained. Noah knifes up on the inside of that B gap.
There's a nice cool breeze coming through here at the Apple Bowl tonight. The sun's down, the lights are out. It's a beautiful night for football. Philippek throws, and he leaps up and grabs that. Was that Jackson Lynn, or was that Mellinson? No, it was Marcus Bird.
Yeah, and that's who we saw doing that motion earlier. So exact same motion, but Noah's not going to get the ball. That's play action pass, a little high, but that's because we saw the defensive pressure coming off the edge was jumping into that passing lane. So that kind of affected how it came out of his hands, but that's a beautiful catch. Great first down.
An excellent play. And, yeah, it was like he almost ran that button hook and then just kept moving with it.
Yeah.
Again, the game is going by very slow, and that's because guys are dropping just because of cramps. It's hot, and we're 10 minutes to go in this game. I expect it's going to be a bit longer than it usually is because of this. You know, usually the fourth quarter is
a lot of delays.
Yeah, a lot of delays.
If this was soccer, there's probably 12 minutes of added time.
You know what? As many guys falling as well, though. So there's that.
Yeah.
When we were talking about diving, we were watching the Copa America on TSN and the Euros. It was who's diving the most.
It's tough to watch grown men do that.
I'm happy that football is back, though, because this is definitely my favorite sport, and it's a good night for football now. I mean, it was really hot to start the day. And I didn't know if, you know, is there a certain heat or temperature it gets to where they don't play football anymore? But football is one of those sports.
I would
where
imagine there is, but it's got to be disgustingly, obscenely high to make it happen, right?
Well, last year we were supposed to get this game between these two teams here at the Apple Bowl, but unfortunately the fires didn't happen. And I just want to say thanks again to all of the firefighters in British Columbia right now fighting the hundreds of fires that have popped up over the last week. It's a scary thing. It's a scary feeling. Even the fires from last year are still fresh in everyone's minds in West Kelowna and even in Lake Country. So kudos to every firefighter out there working hard right now. We thank you. All right, play is resuming. First and goal for the Okanagan Sun. They've got about 6 yards to go. We got LL Noah in the backfield with Philippek. Philippek fakes to Noah. It's a play action, and it looks like it was almost caught from the Okanagan Sun. Incomplete.
So that was going to Lynn on another quick slant, quick hitter. Didn't look like it was put in a bad spot. It just looked like, yeah, that's good coverage.
He just couldn't quite get his mitts on it.
Yeah, that was good coverage. I couldn't see the defensive back's coverage, the center or the corner coming over that, but he had his downfield, his inside hand on the hip, and then came over top of the hands and chopped through the receiver. Textbook coverage by the corner. That's exactly what you see. You're almost... Oh, that's tough.
That one is... There's a penalty going against the Langley Rams, which is an automatic first down for the Okanagan Sun.
So that was Birdie on objectionable conduct. That's unfortunate. I didn't see what happened there, what it transpired, but that's tough because that was great coverage by the Rams.
And they could have they could have essentially, now it's going to be very difficult to stop this. They got 3 yards to go for the Okanagan Sun, and the way Elyon Noah has been playing, it's going to be very difficult to stop him.
Yes.
First and goal for the Sun. Philippek with Noah. There's some motion. They fake. They give it to Noah. Noah takes it in for a touchdown. Sun 3 on the day for Elyon Noah.
Great blocking up front. It's just, you know, the dejected front 7 of the Rams is tough when you're shooting yourself in the foot like this. Just big on big. Again, we're getting the motion coming across, and then he just makes that first guy miss trying to crack down from the defensive tackle position and knifes through. It actually does open up quite nicely considering it was a goal line stand, but that's just a big, that's just your center and your right guard doing what they need to do to seal that inside lane. This is a great angle coming up, and he just comes right off the hip of that right guard.
So it's 19-13 for the Sun, and it was a botch snap, which makes it a 19-13 game. They missed the extra point at that. Lee Matwood not having his best day, and none of it is really his fault.
No, it's yeah. I mean, are they getting, you know, is the center feeling pressure from, I mean, you're not allowed to line right on top of the center and touch him anyway, so your long snapper shouldn't feel any pressure when it comes to the field goal and PAT game, and I don't think they're getting enough pressure coming off the edge where the holder should be thinking, I need to get this down quick and get the ball off. I think it's just one of those things where the dynamics of the long snapper, holder, and kicker, they just need to practice more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, practice makes perfect, Coach.
There you go.
19-13 for the Okanagan Sun, 9:38 to go in the ball game. Langley's going to get the ball back. It was a tight game. Langley had the lead right up until the last 5 minutes, really, of this football game, and the Okanagan Sun have turned it up. Langley returns this one. They're at the 20 to the 25 before he swallowed a hole at the 26-yard line. 1st and 10, Langley.
I think that was Tedeschi, number 17, coming up on the edge there. And again, now he's just come, instead of going all the way across the formation and setting up his wedge, he kind of came in right behind that center wedge to see if he can, as soon as they take on that first wave, to see if he can make somebody miss. And it's just a good job on the Sun to keep those lanes clogged.
So Langley's going to start at the 26-yard line, 27-yard line, I guess. 1st and 10, 9:30 to go in the game. I think this is a make-or-break drive for Langley here.
Yeah, there's still 9.5 minutes left, but yeah, they need to start showing the Sun that, hey, we're not out of this game yet.
Sanga looks to throw. He looks left, he looks right. He throws it deep down the right-hand side. He's got a man open. It's caught from from Terrell Jones. 1st down, Langley with a amazing 50-yard play, 60-yard play.
And a touchdown-saving tackle by Williams. But if we're looking at the replay here on the coverage, so it looks like a cut. So is the corner supposed to be low because the halfback is deeper than him? Oh, you know what? It might have been man coverage.
I think it was zone with the safety playing deep. I think it was cover 3 or cover 2.
If it's zone, no one was hauling ASS to get back into that deep third. So if that's zone, someone blew their assignment.
Well,
I'll tell you that.
That was an excellent play from the Langley Rams.
Because everybody else looks like they're playing man.
Yeah.
Now you can still play man and zone. There's different schemes you can do, but yeah, I don't know. It almost looked like they had their issues crossed on that coverage.
Langley back in this ball game. It looks like it was a fumble.
My word.
It looks like they downed it, but we'll see what the refs call.
What a game. A little bit of everything.
They're calling it down. So
Rams got lucky there.
Rams got very lucky from a play from that looked like it was Bruce Jones. So it'll be 2nd down and 8. That was a monster play though from the Rams. Could be
100%.
the play. Could be the play of the game.
Sanga gave it all. He aired that ball
Sanga
out.
to Jones. Sanga drops back. He looks left. He looks right. He's under pressure. He's sacked. He fumbles
That's a fumble.
Okanagan Sun recover. 1st down, Sun.
That was Yobo coming off the edge. What a beautiful edge. Here he is, big number 40. Oh, great little stutter step to the inside. And you know that, that offensive tackle's thinking, why did I bite hard on that inside move? Yobo just came up, hard step in, make that offensive tackle step in, and then you use your speed coming off the edge.
Quite the play.
Massive defensive play.
Play of the game for the defense right now. I mean, aside from maybe a pick, but that was incredible. The last 3 plays have been wild. In the last 2 minutes of football, we've seen 2 different possession changes. Philippek gives it to Noah. Noah cuts in inside, and he's stopped after 2 yards. Second down, Sun.
Yeah, I think the Sun got to take advantage right now of the Rams' defense. Their front doesn't look like they're holding their ground like they were before. It looks like they're being able to be displaced a lot more before. Their front 7, for the majority of the game for the Rams, have been able to hold their ground and force the O-lineman of the Sun to really work. And for lack of a better word, it looks like it's becoming easier for the Hogs of the Sun to inflict their will.
Philippek and Noah in the backfield. Oh, it's a botched snap. Philippek still throws it. It's caught. It's in and out of the hands of Mellons. Oh my gosh.
With the,
what?
I don't know, like the topsy-turvy execution of how this game has gone the last 2.5, 3 minutes. It's almost like if you weren't fans of either team, you'd be like, do either team want to win this game? Like, what is going on right now?
But it's been a hot day. They're in the heat. Mistakes are going to happen.
It's great for the fans because you're on the edge of your seat. You're listening. You're watching. You're thinking, what is going to happen in the last, what do we got, 6.5 minutes of this game? It's anyone's game. The home team, for the majority of this fourth quarter and end of the third quarter, has had the momentum, but they've made equal amount of mistakes that allowed the Rams to think, we're still hanging around,
well,
and we can steal this from them.
It's also a 6-point difference here in this game. A touchdown could seal victory. I'm not sure what just happened there on third down.
They're thinking, I don't know why the Okanagan Sun would do that, because if the play was blown in, now there were guys bouncing around on the line of scrimmage before they just did that rolling snap, which means it should have been procedure,
now
so the play never would have existed. But you can hear Rams fans and coaching staff yelling, that's a live ball. Technically, yes, because he did snap it between his legs, but I think no one was set. I don't know if it was blown in.
I didn't hear the refs blow it in, and the clock was still stopped. Again, 6:13 left in the ball game here at the Apple Bowl in Kelowna. Okanagan Sun leads 19-13 after being down 13-0. It's been quite the comeback, quite the game, but the Sun will be punting back to the Langley Rams.
And they should have good field position unless they can get a boomer of a kick out of here.
But anything can happen in this game. So many wild things have happened. Wild turnovers, wild fumbles, wild plays. So we'll see what happens. Grady Hay back to punt. He punts it as deep as he can go.
Kick.
Down to the 35-yard line. Keeps going back to the 30 to the 25. And he's going to be, he still has room to run. He's making guys miss. And he's punched down at the 28-yard line.
Gosan that had that big missed field goal return. That was a beauty kick. Way to pull this out in the fourth quarter when your team needs you. Yep. That is an excellent punt.
That's a John Ryan punt special.
There you go.
Good Canadian boy.
Good hang time, beautiful spiral.
Really good punt.
Forced the returner to track back to even field and find the ball. Excellent job.
Now there's 2 flags in the backfield. And we got a hold on the offense. And they're going to replay the kick. So there's a 10-yard penalty against the offense. They're going to replay the kick. 5:50 to go in the football game.
Okay, kid, do it again.
Grady Hay, step up to the plate.
Here we go, Hay.
Time to boot it again. My foot
Show us what you got.
My foot would be killing me after hitting the ball.
Now
like
he's
that.
got to think, are the Rams going to try and bring some heat too? He's got to keep that in the back of his mind. So his up backs and wings got to be aware. We got to protect his foot so he can get this ball off.
And the coaches are trying to call to tell him to do something. I'm not sure what Travis is getting him to do. Travis Miller. All right, play is back in. 5:48 to go in the ball game. Grady Hay back to punt. Punting basically from his own 5-yard line. Deep snap, and they're gonna down it in the end zone for a safety. to give
Not
2
a bad
points.
call because that's still a 4-point game. They still need a touchdown to even try and steal this game. A field goal does nothing, so that's not a bad call.
So now it's going to be 19-15 in favor of the Sun. The Sun giving up 2 points, but to give the
It
Rams,
allows them to help get their
Yeah.
field position back on the kicking game. Yeah.
again, the game of Canadian football is definitely a game of field position when you're willing to give up 2 points to maybe pin them a bit deeper. Now, the Rams are capable of breakout plays. We know this, and we've seen this all day long. I still think it's anyone's game with 5.5 to go in the game. 19-15 in favor of the Sun. And now, they're going to get it at the 35-yard line, going left to right, the Rams. The sun's down. Beautiful night here at the Apple Bowl in Kelowna. It's cooled off to a nice 29 degrees.
Oh, I should have brought a hoodie.
Sanga in the backfield. He's going to hand that off. They're going to run it right up the gut. He's swallowed whole after getting about 1 yard on the play. Second down, Rams. That was a good run from Reggie Eli.
Yeah, and the Sun should see this as a possible coming out because he got Maximus Hansen as that weak side tight end again. So you got to anticipate, if not run, a play action pass. So you just tell your backers, you call zone, you tell your backers respect that run and then bail into zone if you don't read the run. And then like this play was, you did read run, you swarm, and it's 2nd and long.
2nd and 6, 2nd and 7 to go. Fourth quarter here. Sanga showing pass, drops back, he's in the pocket, throws it deep down the left-hand side. There's a slew of jerseys in the way, incomplete. There was 3 Okanagan Sun jerseys right on Kai Ronsley there, so there was nothing he could do with that ball.
Yeah, and I think David Lewis had the best chance of coming. I would have liked to seen him going up a little stronger on that, but you're putting yourself in a position where you're trying to make a play and not get a PI. So I respect that defense. You knew it was 2nd and long. No sense giving these guys a first down, making an opportunity for the refs to jump in. So
And
you knew it was overthrown.
And the Sun are in game management mode right now. You know, they're only up by 4, but that's enough that it's not a field goal.
You clawed your way back to get the lead. Don't do anything that's going to shoot
hero.
yourself in the foot. Exactly.
Like, don't get a PI call, because Coach Jason Casey will be yelling at you. All right, the punt is away. Sun are going to return this at the 30. He's at the 35, runs right up the middle, makes a couple guys miss, and he's at the 45, down, first down.
Yeah, Faulkner's been a good returner for them tonight. That was really good. Hit it just full head of steam, make that first guy miss, trying to find that seam, but the Rams just had too many guys in the center. If he was able to bounce out on that second time, there's probably a little bit more room to use his speed and his skill, but that's a quality return. You're on your own 45. You've got the lead, and it's late in the fourth quarter.
So it's 1st and 10 now for the Okanagan Sun at the 45. They're going to want to chew some clock here with 4:17 to go in the game. This is when the game gets tough. Philippek, I think, having a great debut for the Okanagan Sun. Elelion Noah doing what we know he does. And the Rams being formidable. Play action pass. He's going to give it to Noah. Makes one guy miss, makes another miss before he gets a... He got 3 extra yards after being tackled.
Exactly. I always told my guys, I don't want you to tackle the running back or the receiver into the direction he's trying to go to give him free yards. You want to just wrap him, put on the brakes, pull him back, and let your teammates help. But yeah, that was
5 or 6 yards of being tackled.
It should have only been a 2 or 3 yard screen, and it turns into an 8 yard and 2nd and short.
And now we're at 2nd and 2 for the Sun. They're almost at the 55-yard line. Noah and Philippek. We're going to be saying those 2 names a lot this season, I imagine. Philippek throws a screen. It's low thrown, but he gets the first down and then some. Huge grab.
Faulkner again.
Faulkner,
that kid's had a great game.
A botched play, too.
Yeah,
because he really should have been beat on that play.
Yes, it was a poor throw. He had to come way too far back. He had 3 defenders in the backfield with him. He was able to use his jets to get to the outside and turned nothing into something.
1st and 10 for the Sun with 3:07 to go in the game. 19-15, they lead. They give it to Noah. Noah runs right up the gut. Jukes. Does a little razzle-dazzle, gets some room to run. He keeps going. He is not going down. He is unstoppable. He's still going.
Oh, I thought he was going to break it. Oh, I thought he was going to break it.
He got a 20-yard run there from the 50, from the 55, or the 40.
Like, just look at this. He's just so, he's
strong.
always in control. It's just, that's a different kind
But
of talent.
this is where stamina really comes into play
100%.
because he's running through these guys
He looks
now.
fresh. He looks fresh.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, we did see Petal a few times run, and there has been passing plays, but the fact that he's been out here for the majority of the game, he's blocking, he's catching as well. This is a guy that obviously is in complete control of what he needs to do when he's on the field, and it shows every time he's got a chance with that rock in his hands.
All right, there's a timeout called, so we're going to take a quick 30-second break here on AM 1150. It's Okanagan Sun football for AM 1150, brought to you by Distinct Concrete. With the game winding down, 2:46 to go, the Sun lead 19-15 after being down 13-0. They've clawed their way back and then some, and now they are approaching the goal line with about 15 yards to go before they get pay dirt here. And the last play from LL on Noah was nothing short of Iron Man football.
This second half has been a fantastic job showing how he can step up and help his team, put the weight of the shoulder, his team on his shoulders, and just, here we go, lads, follow me, let's get this done.
And a hush comes over the crowd. Petal in the backfield. They give it to Petal. He runs off tackle. He gets a couple of yards, and he'll bring it to 2nd and 5.
Yeah, respectable first down
Good
run play here.
play by him.
We get Lynn clearing out again. He's going behind the formation as opposed to in front and behind the O-lineman, and then just give it to Petal, find a seam, just go north-south, and make sure you get positive yards.
You got to think as a defensive lineman here, when you see Petal come in, you think there's a sigh of relief thinking, oh, they're not coming my way. And what do? They go right through you.
Well, and it's fresh legs, right? Like, yeah, it's not Noah that's been carving you up, but you've got a quality running back in Petal who's been around.
Petal
like you
could
said,
be the starter.
He's a veteran, and he's got fresh legs.
Yeah. 2nd and 5. Philippek drops back to pass. That's in and out of the hands of Marcus Burden. So that'll be 3rd down, and I think they're going to send Atwood out to try and boot this one as a field goal.
Take those points, get your kicking game back on track here, and good spot. I mean, he had time to probably thread the needle a little better. There wasn't really any tight coverage on there. He was throwing low and away again, so it's a safe throw, but it's just hard when the receivers are coming out on a break like that, running to the sidelines, and it's too low. It's hard to make those shoestring catches.
This is a big field goal for Atwood, though. He's going to want to put these points on the board, not only to get back that safety, but to just get some points on the board for himself and the team. Kick is up, and it looks good. That's a big play for the Okanagan Sun to go up 22-15. Now they lead by a touchdown and an extra point.
Yeah, that's the key right there, to go back up by 7. There's still too much of this game left. We've seen the Rams be able to catch the Sun napping and take out big chunks of real estate, if not put up a quick 7 points. So the Sun are going to be being cautious, but still have to be aggressive. They still got to control the Rams. But you know Coach Beattie, the defensive coordinator for the Sun, are telling his corners and safety, if they're running a standard deep 3 coverage, nobody gets behind you. Be deeper than the deepest man at all costs, and then play downhill if they happen to catch the ball in front of you.
Preventative football.
Yeah.
Prevent D. It's the way to go right now. 1st and 10 for the Rams. They're going to elect to not take the kickoff, so they're taking the ball at the 35-yard line. Smart choice.
Smart choice. Get your offense in the ball. They're the ones that got to put points on the board. You're not going to score a kickoff return against the Okanagan Sun for 7 points. You got to get your offense out there.
What an exciting night for football. The home opener, the season opener for these two teams. Sanga drops back to pass. It's caught. He's taken out of bounds, but he gets about 5 or 6 yards on the play. Jones again, he's a strong football player.
He's a very good football. So this is good. He's tracking down inside, and then he cuts back out on kind of about an 8, 9, 10-yard out. But that's a good spot to throw the ball for Sanga because he had short coverage and deep coverage. He had to thread the needle to Jones on that.
2:03 left in the ball game. Sun lead 22-15. Sanga drops back to pass. He throws deep down the right-hand side. That's almost caught. Incomplete. Had his hands on it, but it was well defended.
That was Lewis on the coverage. Yeah, way to get on his hip. He didn't really get a ball or a hand high, Lewis, on the coverage, but he got enough on the hips that as they were going to the ground, he was able to disrupt the hands coming in for Jones to make that completion.
Minute 57 to go. We're looking at 3rd down and 4 after a deep shot. You got to wonder what they're going to do here.
Just get that first down is what they got to do.
He rolls out to the left. He still throws it deep. It's caught. That's a first down for the Rams in Sun territory.
So that was Tedeschi coming out. So that's the second tier. So they had a short out and a deep out, and then a vertical clearing that. And he went to the deep out. He also had the short out that would have got the first down, but he elected to go for the deep out, which was equally open, and they got a big chunk of yardage.
Sanga in the backfield. Drops back. He's looking left. He's looking right. He throws it down the left-hand side. It's almost picked up by the Sun, in and out of their own hands.
That was number 29, Fensky. He's going to want that back because this ends the game.
That
If
would have
you
ended
get
the game.
Yeah, you got to put your mitts on here and take advantage of that poor, because that was against Edwards, so he's going for his number 1 receiver, trying to get the ball in his hands, and you could put the nail in the coffin by picking this ball off. Now, you can't run the clock out in Canadian game because, like I said before, our play clocks are too short, but this allows your offense, if they could have came on the field, actually it might have been a pick six, to be honest.
It could have been. There was nobody there.
Yeah. It could have been a pick six. If not, your offense gets a couple of first downs, then they can seal this victory. But he's going to be kicking himself when he sees that on film day.
Rams going left to right.
Timeout Rams.
Timeout Rams. Travis Miller looking to talk to his boys, though. He's been very vocal on the sidelines. Something I'm not used to seeing that often either in a fourth quarter for him.
That's Coach Beatty.
Oh, yeah.
Beatty is always vocal.
Thank you.
Coach Beatty, yeah. If he's not vocal, there's an issue with Coach Beatty. He's always amped up with his guys.
Sorry, Travis Miller actually cool as a cucumber, as I can tell.
Yeah.
But it's Coach Beatty with his
Coach
defense.
Beatty, defense coordinator Coach Beatty, yeah. Defense coordinators are usually always wound pretty tight.
Shocker.
Yeah.
You're a defensive guy, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah. What a surprise.
Really?
I'm Stephen Kepler. With me is Coach Jason Casey. There's a minute 46 left in the game. Sun lead 22-15. Rams looking to drive. They're on 2nd and 10 at the Sun 51-yard line. It's a very close game. Sanga drops back. He's under pressure. Throws it up the middle. It's in and out of the receiver's hands. It's in and out of Cullen's hands. That brings up 3rd and 10. This could be the final play of the game here, depending on.
Yeah, he was trying to get Edwards on that long cross, but he just put too much air on it. He couldn't see. And I think the penalty is against the Rams as well. Just adding insult to injury. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, holding.
Yeah. So that'll make it 3rd and 10. It's tense here at the Apple Bowl. .142 left in the ball game. 3rd and 10 for the Rams. They need a first down here if they want to have any life left in this game. On the 52-yard line. He drops back to throw. Sanga drops back. He's under pressure. Throws it right up the middle. Nearly picked off again. But that's a 3 and out. Turnover on downs.
Yeah, couple of first downs. That's what the Sun need here. Again, just a little bit too much air. Now he was forcing that one, throwing over the middle, lots of coverage in there with the safety and the linebackers there, but I think he was forcing that, trying to make something happen, and instead of pressuring the outside where you can get a first down and stop the clock.
So 1st and 10 now for the Okanagan Sun. Sun on their own 52. Philippek gives it to Noah. Noah runs right up the gut, makes a couple of guys miss, runs on the outside, spins, keeps going. Nobody can take him down before he gets the first down.
And smartly just hit the turf on the end of this. Instead of trying to keep fighting away to the sidelines to stop the clock, he knowingly just went down. Yep, you can tackle me now. Goes down.
He has the poise to see the first down marker in his right peripheral.
Yeah.
And he just goes, okay, yeah, okay, we're good.
Yep.
Minute 29 left. 22-15 for the Okanagan Sun.
And that's him coming out.
It looks like Peddle's in. Gives it to Peddle. Peddle runs off the tackle. Gets a couple of yards on the play, but positive yardage.
Yeah.
What play are you calling here, Coach? With 2nd and 6, with 1:09 left in the game.
I'm going to run a clearing route and probably like a quick out to that weak side. So they're close to the middle of the field, but I'm throwing to the right because I got a right-handed young quarterback. I want to just get it into my receiver's hands and have him try and make a play to that first down marker.
We got Peddle with, yep, they're going to give it to Peddle. He's going to get the first down right up the gut.
And that's why I coach defense, because you run the ball and you get a first down.
Running it right up the gut. You know, to start the game, the Sun could not move the ball at all right up the middle, and now
the Rams,
everyone's tired.
Their front seven, exactly. They're fatigued. They're gassed. They've been on their heels for most of the second half. And like I said earlier, the Okanagan Sun Hogs are just inflicting their will on that front seven now.
38 seconds to go in the game, so all but sealed with maybe a first down here. First and 10. Going to give it right back to Peddle. Peddle's going to keep moving. He gets about 6 yards on the play. 2nd down. 21 seconds to go here. Maybe one play left in the game then, Coach?
Yeah, just standard play calling here. You got your 3 receiver set to the strong side, 2 to the weak. Peddle in behind in that pistol formation and just go north-south. Get in behind your O-line. Find that first seam. Try and get as many yards as possible in behind that O-lineman and just secure that football so you can make sure you get this victory.
All right, 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6 here. Few seconds left in the game, and the Sun are in victory formation now. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the ball game. The Okanagan Sun win their season opener, 22-15. The Langley Rams fall after being up 13-0. But the Sun prevailed in the second half. A great game. Coaches shaking hands now. And you can see a lot of respect between these two groups, these two coaching staffs, because these are two of the big hitters in this league.
They are. The Okanagan Sun have been around, what, 44 years, something like that. This is, I was reading earlier, and I forgot to mention it. This is the Rams' 75th season in existence. So there you go, right? Like these are two story teams. This is a rivalry. They haven't always been at each other's throats because they've been up and down throughout the years, but these are two teams that want to smack skulls every time they're playing against each other, and the Rams hung in there. They did as much as they could, considering it's the first game of the season and they were on the road in a hostile arena like the Apple Bowl.
Elelion Noah with 3 touchdowns on the day.
Beast.
Outstanding. But I got to say, Sanga played great, and so did Jones. You know, that touchdown, Sanga to Jones, or that long play from Sanga to Jones there was one of the plays of the game for me. I thought
caught the Sun napping. Cooper, defensive lineman that had the block punt that turned around and put up points for that equated to the points for the Rams. So yeah, that's huge.
So we're going to take a quick break here on AM 1150. Your post game is coming up shortly. Thanks for joining us on BCFC TV and TELUS TV. We appreciate you so much, and we'll be back on AM 1150 shortly.